Are you ready?
Are you ready?
It's time for Effingham Hearts football on your home for local sports, 97.9 XFM. Let's go to the sideline for the pregame show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mount Zion High School, the home of the Braves, for Apollo Conference High School football action as the Effingham Hearts are in town to take on the Mount Zion Braves. I'm Greg Sapp, Dustin White alongside C.J. Schmidt here to do the video work. Gail Warner with the toughest job of the night. She has to make sure we stay on the air. So we're glad to have you with us here on 97.9 XFM. It's been a busy week already, with high school baseball, high school football tonight. We have NASCAR Saturday and Sunday, and then we have 6 baseball games and a football game next week. So suffice to say, Dustin, if people like sports, we ought to make them happy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, the NTC tournament next week, another Hearts game on Friday night. But first things first, Effingham with a big one tonight. At this point in the season, they're all big ones, right? And it starts here at Mount Zion. Not an easy place to come play, but the job is the job, and you kind of have to get it done tonight.
6 wins will guarantee you a playoff spot. That means the Hearts would have to win their last 4 to get to 6-3. They at least got things started with a win last week at Taylorville, 27-7. And some good things were seen out of the Hearts in that game last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Effingham controlled the middle of the field in a way that they had not all season long prior to that game. And I think the results from that were pretty obvious. Ran the football very effectively. Were able to find the openings in the passing game when they decided to go that route because the Taylorville defense had to think so much about that. And conversely, kept Taylorville pretty one-dimensional on the other side of the field because they did such a good job, again, pushing around in the middle of the field. But, ball security continues to be an issue, and I know Coach Hefner talked about that after the game, and that is the sort of thing. A couple of fumbles, a couple of turnovers in that game last week, able to overcome that. Against this Mount Zion team, it seems less likely that you would be able to. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to take a perfect game to win tonight, but I think it's going to take an A effort to get the job done.
It's homecoming at Mount Zion. They've introduced the kids and the parents and all that, and I guess we'll crown the king and queen at halftime. Band getting ready to perform, present our national anthem here at this lovely turf-fielded stadium. It's a beautiful place to play, and it's a beautiful place to broadcast. At least it's more beautiful than it used to be. We're out of the deer stand.
Yeah,
anyway.
the accommodations here have gotten better. I'm going to have to stop complaining so much because at least we do have tables.
Yeah.
There's nothing over our heads yet, but it's a nice night, so we can't grump too much. It's a good October night for football now. Maybe even a little warmer than you might expect, so we're in pretty good shape.
We're asked to stand for the Star-Spangled Banner, so to honor America, since we wouldn't be able to hear it too well, let's send it back to our studios. More to come in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
Back at Mount Zion, getting ready for Effingham at Mount Zion. Mount Zion checks in at 4-1. They got a win 27-22 over Lincoln. That was at Lincoln last week. And that, of course, is Effingham's opponent next week when the Hearts come back home for homecoming week. Yeah, it's homecoming at Effingham next week. Host those rail splitters and kick off at 7 o'clock at Klosterman Field next Friday night. And a lot of other activities. Maybe we can touch on some of those at halftime. But 27-22, and Dustin, I was talking with Mike Mose, who used to be the athletic director, now he's assistant principal here, about that game. He said, well, Greg, I wasn't there, but I talked with Patrick Etherton, Mount Zion's coach, about the game, and he said there were a couple of breaks that we didn't get, and all in all, it was a pretty representative game, and Lincoln played them pretty well.
Yeah, I think that from what we've heard from common opponents throughout the season is that, Lincoln is Lincoln's much improved, and I've said it before on these airwaves, and I'll say it again right now. Effingham's not going to be able to go into that game next week taking anything for granted. I think most years since Lincoln's been in the conference, you could kind of just say, if we show up and do our jobs anywhere close to our ability, we ought to be able to get out of here with a win pretty easily. Well, that's not going to cut it next week, and that just adds to the importance of this game tonight. You don't have a bunny coming up next week. You don't have a layup to go in for. You have got another tough matchup. You've got tough matchups the rest of the way. You have basically had tough matchups since week 1, and so this game, you need it. You need them all, right? You want to get to 6. 6 is the only way you get in. 5, you're sort of leaving it up to the high school football gods to do you a favor or two, and nobody wants to be in that position. So if you control your own destiny, you got to win. And that's easy for me to say, but to go out there on the field against this team with the tradition it has, the athletes that it has coming back from last year, it's going to be a chore. There's no two ways about it.
The Hearts lost their opener. They lost their second game. Then they went to Charleston and got a win. And then they lost, and then they won last week at Taylorville. So if you're being Mr. Sunshine, they won 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. You touched on it. This is a bear of a schedule for the Hearts this season.
It is, and it may not be fair, but I really think you look back at that Mattoon game and just feel like, boy, we left a couple of cards on the table there, right? That was a winnable game, but just some miscues at the wrong time, and even though Mattoon had their fair share of mistakes too, they left the door open, and Effingham just couldn't quite walk through it, But it is what it is, and it's in the past, it's history, but you really wish you could go back and do that one over again. And again, it just adds to what this game means. It means that there is no more room for not walking through the door. So if Mount Zion plays in a way that allows you to have a chance to win this game, you can't let your mistakes be the reason that you lost it, I guess is what I'm saying. You got to play well enough to win, and if Mount Zion outplays you, then fine. But if you leave points on the board somehow, or points off the board somehow, then that's going to be a tough pill to swallow with the way the rest of the season has gone.
Rest of the Apollo schedule tonight finds Taylorville at Charleston, Mattoon is at Lincoln, and Mahomet Seymour is the odd man out this week. They don't have a conference opponent. They are at Quincy Notre Dame, so that ought to be interesting. Robinson's at Newton, Cumberland at Oakland Tri-County, Flora at McLeansboro, Olney Richland County's at Mount Carmel, Vandalia at Staunton, and Macon Meridian is at Shelbyville. So those are the games around our area tonight.
I don't know anything about Quincy Notre Dame this year, but I know what Quincy Notre Dame usually is, and so I would think that game with Mahomet, knowing how good Mahomet is, that seems like that would probably be a pretty fun one to see.
I got to go to Quincy Notre Dame a few years ago, and holy cow. Yeah, you were there. That's right. Covering it for the Daily News then. That was, we got whooped.
Yeah, that was a deep run into the playoffs for Effingham that year. I think, was that a third-round game?
Second round for sure.
I know, yeah, and I remember you drive up to that school and you kind of look around and you think, well, this isn't much. And it's not facilities-wise. I mean, that was a long time ago, so who knows what's been changed since then. But get out there on the field, and all of a sudden there's like just a team of just a whole host of giant kids out there, and you're like, we might be in a little bit of trouble. And then they run their first possession of the game, and you're like, we are definitely in trouble.
Yeah, that's right when we knew it after the coin toss that we were going to have quite a day. And long drive home. And a long drive home for more than one reason. For one thing, it was a long drive home.
Yeah, Quincy, there's not a real good way to get there. I wonder if there's a better way to get there from Mahomet than there is from Effingham.
Maybe so. We'll see what happens as Gail will do her best to keep us up to date. Cardinals and Cubs are playing one of the Cubs' last 3 games of the season. Of course, the Cardinals are hopeful of playing past Tuesday, and so we'll see what happens. And game time is 7:15 at Busch, so Gail will be keeping us up to date on Cardinals and Cubs, and congratulations to your Bravos for winning the East again and back in the playoffs.
Well, got a lot of favors from the Mets and Phillies, but you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? They did enough to win, and who knows? Brewers have got relievers breaking their hands on walls and stuff, and so it seems like a good time to face them. I'd rather get in and lose than be out. So there you go.
Absolutely. We'll have NASCAR from Talladega this weekend over on KJ Country at 102.3. 3 o'clock tomorrow for the Xfinity race, and the Cup race starts at noon on Sunday, so hear those on KJ. And then, as we touched on earlier, action from the National Trail Conference Baseball Tournament. There is a game this evening, in fact, and I think Colton Boer already sent me information on that one. If I would check my email, I might be able to get you final on that game, and there it is, as Dietrich played Neoga. And the final score in that game, if I ever get it opened, is Dietrich 8, Neoga 5. So it'll be Dietrich that advances to Monday. They get the dubious honor of playing North Clay.
Yeah, that's a fun one, right? That's kind of like winning the wild card if you're the Cardinals and realizing that you're very likely going to have to play the Dodgers in the game. But again, you'd rather be playing than not. The North Clay team is very good, and honestly, that whole tournament, it's hard to say how any of the games are going to shake out. 1 versus 8 seems like it's probably a pretty favorable matchup, obviously, for North Clay. But you look at all the rest of it feeding into Friday, and a lot of different ways it could go. So I'll be interested and excited to see it personally.
We're going to have 2 of the quarterfinal games on Monday. We'll have both of the semifinal games on Wednesday, and we'll have the third place and the championship games on Friday. So we're going to do our dead level best to keep you up to date on all the action. Game time is 4 o'clock, a little earlier than we were hoping. 4 o'clock is the start time for all the games except for the championship game. That'll start at 7 o'clock. And remember that the third place and the championship games are both at South Central. So all roads lead to Ken Mundy next Friday night.
Boy, it's such a nice facility down there, too. It's kind of just cut out of the trees there off the side of the highway. But I remember the first time I ever went and watched a game down there, I was like, man, this is something else. Kurt Jones has a big part to play in taking care of that. South Central longtime coach does such a great job with it. Fun place to see a game, so I'm glad that they're doing it there. Of course, we won't be there. We'll be at Klosterman Field that night. But I envy whatever team from Premier Broadcasting is going to be on hand to call that championship game, because that'll be a good one.
It'll be Matt and someone. That will also be announced as the course of the evening or the course of the week goes along. Mount Zion will receive, as I saw, the coin flip, and they will defend the north goal. So looks like the Hearts are going to get the ball to start the second half again. That's worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been up to the task. I mean, really all season long, they have done a pretty good job defensively. Sometimes you get toward the end of a game and the things will get away a little bit, but really there's not a game this season that I would say Effingham played poor defensively. You know what I'm saying? And so this opening possession, obviously very important, right? Mount Zion known for being able to move the football a little bit, having a lot of athletes, being able to throw and run. And if you can set the tone here, then hopefully that will work in your favor going forward.
It's the red and white and the white and red. So when you see CJ's video, you'll say, well, which are the Hearts? Well, the Hearts are the white with red numerals. And we're ready for football here on 97.9 XFM, WXEF in Effingham. And good to have you with us. Hear the Hearts fans stomping on these metal bleachers here at Mount Zion. We're on the west side of the field, and we're headed north. And the kick is taken at about the 15, 17-yard line. Mount Zion runs to the middle of the field, and their return man just across the 25 when they take him down. That's where they'll set up shop to get things started here.
kind of a short kick for Estrada. Not what we've seen him routinely put it in the end zone or near the end zone. That time, I don't know if purposely or if he just didn't get it all, but that one, 17-yard line about where it was taken down, but not a real long return either. So Mount Zion's still going to have some work to do.
They'll spot it at the 26. That's where we'll set up shop. 11:55 to go in the opening quarter, and glad to have you with us here on 97.9 XFM. Matthias Adams was the return man. He's also their quarterback. And he's in the gun, and the ball gets snapped past him, and he has to fall on it back inside the 10-yard line.
I have no idea what they were doing there, but the ball was snapped to nobody, and Cahey, who was in motion, Christian Cahey, number 6, ended up having to fall on that one, and he dove on it all the way inside the 10-yard line.
9-yard line, so a loss of 17 yards back to the 9-yard line. I wonder if it was a direct snap and somebody just missed that wake-up call. Move it forward on this drive, and they get it out across the 10 to maybe the 12, 13-yard line. And the running back is finally off the turf, and that's Matthias Adams. I'm sorry, I misidentified him. It's Tyson Evans that's the Mount Zion quarterback. Matthias Evans is their running back. Ran for 120 yards last week against Lincoln. They sit it down at the, now we've got a penalty, and they threw it in the backfield of Mount Zion, and it's offside on the Hearts. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, encroachment was the call, so they'll move it up 5 yards up to looks like the 16.
So the line of scrimmage was the 11, so he gained
2
on that first carry, and then the 5-yard penalty here. So that gives them 5. And after the big loss, there's a little help via the penalty. They're going to throw. Here come the Hearts. There's the pass. The Hearts may pick it. No, it's caught, and he's out near the 30-yard line and probably going to be about 5 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, great catch by Kieran Petty there, number 21. There was a penalty flag that came in, too.
It's right at the 30, Dustin.
I would assume it could have been possibly pass interference, I guess.
That is a possibility.
I think they will probably not take the penalty since they made the catch.
It's going way back for Mount Zion. They'll trot it. Well, now they're going to mark it off. They went back to the line of scrimmage, pardon me. So now they're walking it off.
So they're taking the penalty instead. That probably makes sense. It's a 15-yard penalty instead of whatever they gained there.
So it's a gain to the 32. So the penalty marched off from the 17. So they gained a yard or 2, and then they get 15 more on the penalty. So line of scrimmage is the 32 of Mount Zion, and it's 3rd and about 4. There's a snap. Looking to hand off, and it got knocked loose, and as a jump ball for that ball. The Hearts have as good a shot at it as the Braves, but they credit the quarterback with Mount Zion retaining possession of that football. Well, I thought when it came loose that it was anybody's football.
Back to the 29, so they lost 3 yards, having a little bit of trouble with keeping the ball under control. And Christian Cahey came out of the pile with it. He has lost 20 yards because he has had to fall on some balls that were not his fault.
4th and 6, and they're going to punt this deep in their end zone. There's the snap. Here's the kick. It's high, but not particularly deep, and the Hearts could get good field position, and then it takes a Hearts bounce.
Wow.
It ends up in Mount Zion's territory, so the Hearts are going to have great field position for their first possession of the game.
Yeah, from Mount Zion, that was just a disaster of a drive. The only thing that saved it for them was that Effingham committed a couple of penalties. But, boy, they couldn't – anytime they actually ran a play, they couldn't do much with it. Effingham's going to have a 45-yard field.
Yep, 1st and 10 for Effingham at Mount Zion's 45-yard line. Drive starts with 9:23 to go in the first quarter. Tanner Pontius up under center. Quick outlet, the pass to Caden Walls out here on the near side, and he gets it inside the 40 before they shove him out of bounds. The gain is to the 37, so a gain of 8, Dustin, and it's 2nd and 2. So a good gain on first down. Quick little outlet pass just out on the sideline. Walls got him 8. So 2nd and 2. There's the snap. Handoff. Keegan Baker up the middle. He has the first down and then some. Falls forward to the 32-yard line. So Baker with a gain of 5, and the Hearts have a first down. So nothing went well for Mount Zion their first possession, and so far so good for the Hearts.
Yeah, Effingham a couple of plays, moving the football. Very good start. You're already in 4-down territory.
1st and 10 at the 32. There's the handoff to Baker. A lot of contact. He held on to it, falls across the 30-yard line. So a decent gain on first down. They'll set it at the 29, so a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
And again, 4-down territory, so you'll take 3-yard gains. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this coast, they'll go for it on 4th down should that occur. Wall splits out here to the near side. Estrada split wide to the right. Pontius up under center. There's the snap. Throws, quick outlet. Walls catches it. He has a gain, still on his feet. He's inside the 25 to the 24-yard lines where they'll set it down, so a gain of 5.
I think Estrada caught that one too.
I think Walls was over there. I think they switched him to the right side of the field that trip. And he made the catch. Now he's back on this near side of the field. So it's 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 24. Here's a handoff to Baker up the middle. Keegan has the first down as he drives and gets near the 20. I think he has it. Might have spoke a little soon. Baker up the gut. They'll mark it at the 21, and yes, that's a gain of 3, and that's enough for a Hearts first down. So far so good for Effingham on offense, and Mount Zion just had all kinds of fits on their first possession. Had to punt it, and then the punt went Effingham's way. So far, all the Hearts to benefit here. From the 21, first run by Westendorf. John gets stood up, but he does get inside the 20 when the play finally comes to an end.
Got stood up and spun around and then stood up some more, but did manage to move the pile a little bit and get a little bit of positive yardage out of that play.
They're going to set it down at the 19, so a gain of 2. Be 2nd and 8. This drive started on Mount Zion's 45. Hearts have it to the Braves 19 now. It's 2nd and 8. Pontius, deep back. Westendorf, big hole. Gets it inside the 15. Took it left to center and a nice gain. And we have a Mount Zion player down. We'll get the line of scrimmage for you.
And that's Matthias Adams that's down on the turf too. That's bad news for them as he is a big contributor for them offensively.
And out there playing defense here, and the football, by the way, dusted into the 14, so a gain of 5. And the Hearts are getting 3 and 5 yards most every trip. It looks like it might be a cramp. They're working on his right leg. The Hearts and the Braves now called over to the sidelines while this player's down in the middle of the field. It's homecoming at Mount Zion, and so far it's been a happy homecoming for the Hearts. Still no score, though.
Effingham doing everything right, though. The Braves, put the ball on the turf a couple of times in that first sequence for them offensively. Miscommunication as much as anything. It wasn't so much not holding on to the ball as it was whatever they were trying to run, not everybody was on the same page. And so they got pushed back a couple of times. Even though Effingham committed a couple of penalties, they were not able to get anything going. Had to punt from deep in their own territory. The punt took a bad bounce for them. Really nothing went well for the Mount Zion team on that first possession, and Effingham looking to take advantage of that.
By the way, I was talking to Aaron Adams and Curran McNeely up here behind us in the crow's nest. They don't have to share it with us anymore. And by the way, Matthias Adams is up, but boy, they're having to have a person on either side of him helping him off the field. This is not good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he can put any. Doesn't look like he. I don't know. Yeah, they've got 2 people helping him, and it's not enough. They're going to have somebody else come out. This may be more than a cramp, Greg.
I think you're right now, absolutely. He cannot put any weight on it, and I believe it's his right leg.
Yeah.
And he, again, ran for 121 yards last week at Lincoln. So we'll see who will pick up the slack for them.
Just adds to what has been a disastrous opening part of the game for the Braves.
The Hearts have the ball at Mount Zion's 14-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. 6:32 to go in the opening quarter. We're ready to resume action, although, bless his heart, Matthias Adams is still not off the field. That's how slowly they're having to get him off. He's sort of under his own power, but he has somebody that is under each arm. And like Moses when he had the two guys helping him keep his arms up on the mountain, if you know that Bible story. 3rd and 2 at the 14. Let's see what the Hearts can do here. There's a handoff deep back. Westendorf, he stopped, and immediately the play stopped. Ran into a pile of people right in the middle of the field. Mount Zion had it bunched well, and no gain as it turns out.
Yeah, I think he had a mind to change directions, but there really wasn't anywhere to go. And so once he lost all his momentum, well, there wasn't going to be any push in the pile like we've seen John do. So, yeah, it's going to be a 4th and short, but not so short, 2 or 3 yards to go. Going to be kind of a tough play here.
Still at the 14. So the Hearts going for it, obviously. Handoff Westendorf, turns it upfield. He's in. Touchdown, Effingham. I kept thinking maybe I called it too quickly, and then I didn't. He was still on his feet, still moving forward, and all of a sudden he broke through and hits pay dirt. Touchdown, Effingham. The score comes with 5:50 to go in the opening quarter. Effingham takes a 6-0 lead. Extra point try now. Ozzie Angel will kick. Placement, kick, looks good to me. The officials agree, and it's 7-0 Hearts. By the way, that was Estrada that kicked, just for the record. Sorry. Armando Estrada with the extra point. Hearts lead at 7-0. Back with the kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Fence. So that's who will line it up. 1st and 10 for Mount Zion at their 20. Quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the handoff up the middle. That's Gerard. Now he goes to the left side, and he strings it out. And the Hearts need to react, and finally Castillo got over there and tackled him. And, boy, a late flag. Somebody besides Castillo got involved in the tackle, and that's why I'm a little nervous that it might be on the Hearts. Because Castillo needed to make the stop, and he did, but I think he got too much help.
Face mask is what they're saying.
Face mask is what the PA man tells us. And
must be a 15-yarder, too.
He must have meant to do it, is the indication from the officials, because it's a 15-yarder. So it's out to the 49, so that means the offense occurred at the 34. And then 15 yards out to the 49.
So it was a rushing first down and then 15 more penalty yards.
From the shotgun, there's the snap. Quarterback keeps, comes to the near side. They can't trip him up until he's inside the Hearts 45. And the stop is right at the 43-yard line. So a gain from the 49 to the 43, a gain of 8. And it's 2nd and 2. Boy, the Hearts just scored. You'd sure love to get a stop here.
Things not trending in the right direction here, but Effingham could come up with a big second down play here.
They have Evans at quarterback and a man lined up right beside him. Now they bring Gerard across the middle, and it hit him in the hip, and he has to fall on it at the 45-yard line.
Well, it was Cahey coming across the middle again, and that is the second time that they have snapped the ball, and it's hit Cahey on his way across. They're completely out of sorts, and Cahey is having to pay the price. He falls on that football and loses 2 yards.
So the ball back to the Hearts 45. That'll bring up a 2nd and 12.
I don't know if they're trying to do something a little different than what they have been doing or what.
It isn't working certainly every time. From the shotgun, Evans ready. Long count. Now he moves Gerard to his right. There's the snappy looking to throw. He has time. There's the pass. It's too high, goes incomplete. Ended up out of bounds. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 4:17 left in the first quarter. Brings up a 4th and 4.
Yeah, he moved Gerard to his right. I mean, Gerard stayed in the backfield to block. Well, nobody came, so he was just kind of standing there. Meanwhile, Effingham had plenty in coverage there, and the throw was not accurate anyway. So we'll see if they get a little better punt out of Aiden Page this time.
They'd set it down to the 41, and I wonder what the deal was. Now they put it on the 45. That was interesting, but they got it corrected. Now, the punt, that'll come from about Mount Zion's 45. Good snap, a lot of time, puts it up, got it. The Hearts are back, and they are going to return it, and they run it up the gut, and he gets to near the 20 before they eventually put him down.
Yeah, Westendorf took that one at about the 11-yard line. Didn't have much time to get any momentum going, but absorbed the first hit and was able to push forward a little bit. So it's a 34-yard punt. And then, I don't know, where did he get that one to? Only a few yards on the return.
Maybe 5. I think that was about as generous as we could be. Football ends up at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Effingham at their own 18. 4:05 left in the opening quarter to start this drive. Here's a handoff. Westendorf coming to the near side. Got out across the 20. Had a pretty good gain on first down. Hearts lead it 7-0. Just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Reminder, next week the Hearts come home. It'll be homecoming against Lincoln. Kickoff at 7 at Klosterman Field. All kinds of homecoming activities all this coming week. So 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. Westendorf going to the right side. Big head of steam. Still on his feet, and he ends up out near the 30-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down. They spot it just nose of the football's on the 30.
I'm going to give it the 30.
So give him 12, and that's plenty enough for a new first down. So the Hearts are doing very well moving the football.
And just taking care of it so far, too. Security has been an issue for Mount Zion, and it's stalled some drives for them.
Walls to the right, Estrada to the near side, but they run it up the middle, and out across the 30 is John Westendorf. They peel him off the turf at the 31, so a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Been all Hearts so far. Mount Zion had a woeful first series, lots of problems, and then the Hearts scored on their first possession. Plus, Mount Zion lost Matthias Adams, their leading ground gainer. Here's a handoff. Look at the hole for Westendorf, but a great reaction by Mount Zion, and it turned out to be no gain. I thought he was going to get 10, and he got none.
Yeah, Josh England, number 55, wrapped him up from behind and stalled that one out. You're right. It looked like Westendorf had a head of steam built up and a good space to run through. Instead, no gain.
So still at the 31. 3rd and 9. 2:15 left, opening quarter. 7-0 Hearts. On a beautiful night here in Mount Zion. Up under center, Tanner Pontius, and somebody moved, and that's on the Hearts, and that'll be 5 yards. So that'll run it back to the 26, and now it's 3rd and 14, Dustin.
It's no good.
Now you just about have to be looking at a pass play. And the Hearts have thrown to the sidelines a couple of times successfully. Let's see what they do this trip.
4 penalties already for Effingham. Not quite through the first quarter. Something that's they're going to have to take care of.
Pontius from the gun. There's the snap. They fake the handoff. He's coming to the near side. Pontius keeps. Still on his feet. He's still driving. He's out near the 40-yard line.
There's a penalty. Came in late, though, so I'm going to guess that probably something against Effingham in the blocking. Could be wrong, but the timing of it is not encouraging.
He ended up with a gain to the 38, and it's on Mount Zion.
All right.
Throw from the 30 to the 38. That's a gain of 8. And then the penalty should give the Hearts a first down. Face mask. And it's a big one. So each team called for a face mask penalty, and that moves Effingham into Mount Zion territory at the 47-yard line. So the Hearts are cooking. 1st and 10 for Effingham at Mount Zion's 47-yard line. So they got the good gain and then the 15-yard penalty. Westendorf on his feet to the 45 when they'll take him down. The proverbial host of tacklers. See where they're going to set this down. 46. So he got a yard. 2nd and 9. Minute 14 to go in the first quarter. Effingham in front 7-0. They scored their first possession. This is just their second possession of the game. I like these long drives.
That's fine.
At Mount Zion's 46, Pontius under center. Throws out in the flats, caught by Caden Walls. Got a good gain inside the 40 before they take him down. Near a first down. They've used that outlet pass 3 times, and it's completed every time.
Pretty much all they've done, yeah. Just, a 7-yard gain. It's not huge, but it's effective.
46 to the 39. Gain of 7 indeed, and it's 3rd and 1. Hearts driving, and that time Pontius just says, give me the rock. And he takes it to the 35, maybe inside the 35, and the Hearts get the first down.
It looks like our line judge is going to give him the 34 there. So
you are correct. Gain of 5. Plenty enough for another first down.
And again, you get yourself now into 4-down territory where, if you don't get those 4 or 5 yards on a play, well, you got a little extra room as long as you can keep pushing it forward. And again, you're going to run the first quarter clock out here too.
Looking to throw this time. Pontius across the middle. He's got Walls there. He's got a defender there, and it goes incomplete. There was a lot of contact, but I really don't think it had much effect on the play. Incomplete pass stops the clock with nothing. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1 here at Mount Zion, it's Effingham 7, Mount Zion nothing on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
They're announcing some of the various honors that have been achieved by kids in other sports. Meanwhile, we are ready for the second quarter. Effingham in front of Mount Zion here at Mount Zion, 7-0.
Yeah, Mount Zion, they do pretty well at some other things too. So I'm sure there's plenty for them to talk about there. It's a good athletic school, and obviously they invested in that with not only this football field, but the building that they've got beyond the field here. Just a great place.
So the Hearts, 1st and 10, second and 10, to start the second quarter. Handoff, driving and diving is John Westendorf, and he gets it to the 30-yard line. They're still announcing honors. Meanwhile, back at the football game, it's a gain to the 29. They were 2nd and 10, and they got to 29, so a gain of 6, so it's 3rd and 4. Homecoming at Effingham next week. Hosts the Lincoln Railers. Kickoff at 7. They'll crown the king and queen at halftime. Pontius up under center. Looking to throw. Pass is caught out on the flats, and the receiver had a little trouble getting his self going. That is Connor Simmons, and he made the catch out there, number 6. Gain to the 27. So a gain of 3. And that makes it 4th down and about 5 yet. So let's see what the Hearts are going to pull out of their bag of tricks. They're deep in Mount Zion territory, so they'll go for it here. 4th and 5, 4th and 3. The board changes now at the 28. Pontius up under center, and he decides to call time. He must have surveyed the defense that Mount Zion was going to employ and says, let's chat. So timeout, Hearts. Back in a minute. It's 7-0 Effingham on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
We must have a radio station that's on the PA.
Or at least
a little weird.
Inadvertently did for a second there.
He's going to throw Pontius the pass. It's caught out here by Weymouth, and he has it down near the 10, near the 5. He's close to the goal line before they run him out of bounds.
Yeah, great play there. You had Pontius rolling out to his right. He gets Weymouth along the near sideline there, and Weymouth able to tiptoe along that sideline and get the first down. Effingham needed that so badly, and they moved those chains.
27-8. 19-yard pass completion, and it's first and goal for Effingham at Mount Zion's 8-yard line. Hearts already lead at 7-0, and that's weird. We're hearing radio. It's not us. Westendorf up the gut. Touchdown, Effingham. Went left to center, turned it straight up into pay dirt. Hearts extend their lead to 13-0. The score comes with 10:19 to go in the second quarter. So an 8-yard touchdown run by John Westendorf, and the Hearts will kick for one. Estrada to kick. And the Hearts are owning it so far. Here's the kick. It's up. Looks good to me. The officials agree. And the Hearts have a 14-0 lead here at Mount Zion. 10:19 to go. Second quarter. Back with the kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
All right, there's the kickoff, and it's deep inside the 5. That's where Mount Zion takes it. They return it up the near side of the field, and he won't go down, and now he goes down. The return man for Mount Zion was number 11, Braden Trimble, and he carried the football out across the 10, and the spot will be out. Dalton Fox on the stop for Effingham. He had a big game tackling last week. There they sit it down. They sit it down at the 18-yard line, Dustin. Sorry. First and 10 at the 18. That's where Mount Zion will set up shop. Hearts a great drive. 13 plays, 82 yards, 546. Highlighted by the 8-yard touchdown run by Westendorf. Estrada's kick was good, and the Hearts are up 14-0 here in the second quarter at Mount Zion. They're working from the shotgun, and somebody jumped. I think the quarterback jumped before he took the snap.
I wonder, we don't know enough about Mount Zion, but I wonder if they've got a new center tonight, because it seems like they are just having a heck of a time even getting the ball properly snapped at the right times.
Procedure penalty, a 5-yard walk-off, and that'll sit it back at the 13, so now it's first and 15.
And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but it would be difficult to step into that role in the middle of a season. It's a very important position on the field, and it just seems like there's been some problems there.
So first and 15 at the 13. Hearts are looking like they want to blitz a little here. There's the snap. He's rolling back to pass, throw across the middle, and it's caught out there. And a great run, and see you later. Well, Mount Zion's on the board now. And the only man that had a shot at him was Dalton Fox, and he got blocked pretty well. And Christian Cahey just took it to the house. 87 yards. Line of scrimmage was the 13. Cahey, they hit that little pass across the middle, and Cahey said, "See ya." I see why so many schools are interested in him. That was explosive. 87-yard touchdown run. That makes it 14-6. And let's see whether Mount Zion will kick here. They don't look like they know yet. They have a man coming out to join them. I'm just giving you the play-by-play here, gang. Now they're good. Need another lineman out at the left end spot. They're going to kick. And there's the snap, the placement, the kick's up, and it looks good and is good. Kicker for Mount Zion, number 26, and that's Braden Traxler, and his extra point's good, and that makes it 14-7. 9:55 to go, second quarter. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
All right, we're ready for the kickoff from the 40 as Lawrence Trimble gets it, and it's low, a line drive fielded by the Hearts at about the 15. And Westendorf still on his feet, comes to the near side. He got it out across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good return, a patient return. He kind of let the blocking materialize in front of him, and rather than just run into a bunch of guys and go down, he found the spot to get downfield a little bit and did a good job.
He took that at about the 13-yard line and a return to the 42. So a heck of a run by John, and the Hearts, as a result, good field position. After the Hearts had that 13-play, 82-yard drive, Mount Zion had a one-play, 82-yard drive. And it's 14-7. Hearts run it up the gut, get a little. John Westendorf got near the 45 before they set him down. They're going to spot it, I think, at the 44, so a gain of 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
It's disappointing to give a touchdown back on one play like that, but all you can do is come up with a good answer and run a nice drive and see what you can do. It happened. It's in the past. Don't let it happen again, of course.
Hart's offense has been awfully good, so let's see how they respond here after that quick strike. Pontius rolling to the far side, lets it go, and it's incomplete. They had, I guess, Armando Estrada was out there on the left side of the field, and he missed him. So the incompletion stops the clock with 9:05 to go in the second, makes it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Pontius rolling left there. I think he just sort of ran out of time, realized that he was either going to need to take off running or get rid of the football or get his mouth guard fed to him, and he decided that he was going to throw the football, but didn't give Estrada enough time to break back toward the middle of the field to where that ball was thrown.
I said 2nd and 8. It's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Ball at the 44-yard line. Pontius from the shotgun. Back lined up beside him. Low snap, but he has it. Rolls to the far side. Got a pass. Got a man. Armando Estrada just came up empty. That just went off his hands, incomplete.
It was a pretty good throw over Estrada's shoulder there. He just was not able to haul it in, and so Effingham's going to have to punt.
4th and 8. They're at their own 44. You might think about trying for it if you hadn't just given up a touchdown to make it a one-touchdown game. So they'll punt. And they'll be at about their own 35-yard line. There's the snap. There's the punt by Pontius, and he nailed it. Oh, and a great Effingham bounce. Get on it, boys. It's going to go inside the 5-yard line. The Hearts are going to let it roll down to the 1. What a kick. I like this turf field.
Yeah, Pontius kicked it over the return man's head, and he did not pursue. And, yeah, all the way down, I think.
Yeah, I might have been greedy. Maybe it's the 2.
Either way.
What a great kick. Oh, now they're going to call it the 3.
Wow, now.
We're losing yardage.
Well, they say 3 on the scoreboard, but I got to tell you something. The scoreboard here has not been particularly reliable so far. It's on the 2-yard line. I can see it pretty plainly.
2. First and 10 on the 2.
Not exactly sure what they're watching up there.
So a great punt. Great punt by Pontius. It was a great punt, and then it got Effingham roll down to the 2. So first and 10 for Mount Zion at their 2. 8:47 to go in the second quarter as we start this drive. Their quarterback, Evans, in the end zone as he sets up here from the shotgun. There's the snap. They're going to throw this deep in their territory across the middle, and it is caught. Nice catch by Cahey, and that's out across the 25-yard line. A first down, and it gets them away from the goal line.
Yeah, they cannot. Effingham can't afford to let this kid get rolling. He's very athletic, hard to cover man-to-man, and you saw it right there coming across the middle of the field out to the, what I believe, the 23.
Yes, sir, a gain of 21. From the 2 to the 23. So a new set of downs for Mount Zion. There's the snap. There's a handoff, and the Hearts come flying in a very short gain. Gerard got the handoff, maybe to the 25. I want to see here. Logan Heil credited for getting in there on the stop, and Maddox Burner helped. It's across the 25, Dustin. So a gain of 3, let's say, to the 26. And it's going to bring up second down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Hearts are moving on offense, trying to react. Now they're hollering at the sidelines to see what Coach Etherton wants to run. So the quarterback calling it out. Play clock down to 3, and a whistle and a penalty. And I'm guessing that's on Mount Zion.
Yeah, some miscommunication there. They were trying to hustle up and get that snap before the play clock went down, and as a matter of fact, that got a false start instead because not everybody was on the same page. So 5-yard penalty back to 21.
Procedure penalty. Loss of 5, which will make it second down and about 8.
13.
With that additional 5 yards, yeah, second and 13. They're going to leave Evans in the shotgun here on second and a bundle. And again, they're back inside their 25-yard line. There's the snap. Here's the handoff. They run it up the middle, and boy, the Hearts ate their lunch. Gerard, and take your pick on tacklers. Heil's in there. Fox is in there. Gosh. Who else among the cast of characters? Damon Kalber had his nose in there.
No gain, it looks like, for Gerard there.
Yeah.
Now you better find out where number 6 is. Keep an eye on him.
Because that's been the go-to. Cahey can flat catch the football and doesn't need much of an opening.
He's in the slot on the left side. They've got 5 receivers wide. 4, actually, 2 on each side.
Football just across the 20. Here's the deep throw. He's got a man, but the Hearts do too, and the ball is caught. And I don't know how he made that catch. He's still on his feet.
And they
finally take him down about the 20-yard line.
I mean, it wasn't bad man coverage. It was a really good catch down there by Ethan Hamrick, number 22. But man, the tackling afterwards left a little bit desired, and he got some extra yardage on the play.
The gain is to Effingham's 21-yard line. So from the 23, that'd be 27 yards, and to the 21, another 29, 52 yards. 52-yard pass to the 21, and they run the ball this time, go to the far side, and they get it near the 15-yard line. That was a huge gain and a legitimate catch, but unfortunately the run after the catch should have not been near what it was. So they just let the quarterback keep that time, I believe, and
yes,
he ended up gaining inside the 15 to the 14, Dustin. So gain of 7. So second and 3. And the Hearts jump. Now whether they were drawn offside, we'll see. Well, I saw a Hearts lineman jump, and it's on the Hearts. So that'll be another 5 yards. And the ball ends up at the 9. So the second quarter hasn't gone quite as well as the first quarter.
Nope, that's going to be a first down for Mount Zion, as a matter of fact, on the penalty.
So first and goal for the Braves at Effingham's 9-yard line. 5-yard walk-off. First and goal at the Hearts 9. Hearts lead 14-7. Evans, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Man lined up beside him. There's the snap. There's the handoff. They run it up the gut, and down he goes. He did not get to the 5. Gerard a gain to the 7, as it turns out. So gain of 2. So it's 2nd and goal at the 7.
Better start hoping for another one of those mix-ups on a snap here, because otherwise Mount Zion's knocking on the door tying this thing.
They were mistake-prone earlier in the game. Seems they've cleaned it up on this drive for sure. Hearts in front, 14-7, but 2nd and goal for Mount Zion at the Hearts 7. From the shotgun, there's the snap. Evans keeps. They get him some blocking to the far side of the field. He turns it up, and he's in for a touchdown.
It's actually Cahey took the snap there and went in.
And that makes it 14-13. And let's see about the extra point now. Mount Zion's within 1. The score comes with 5:02 to go in the second. And they will kick. And that's Braden Traxler is their extra point man. This is for the tie. They take a long time. There's the snap. There's the placement. The kick's up, and I think it's good, and the officials agree with me. And we have a tie game. So Mount Zion's come back to tie this thing. 14-14, 5:02 to go in the second. Kickoff on the way on 97.9 XFM.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
All right, that drive, 7 plays, 98 yards. Remember Pontius's punt to the 2. 7 plays, 98 yards, 345. Cahey, 7-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and we're tied. It's 14-14, and this kickoff goes out of bounds. And the Hearts are going to start this drive inside their 20-yard line.
One of the upmen for Effingham bent down as if to maybe touch that one, but wisely decided to let it bounce as the spin on it was carrying it toward the sideline, and that would have been a pretty significant difference in field position, I think, as it turns out. So heads up there to let it go by and let it continue to trickle out of bounds and give Effingham a pretty good field position to start with.
35-yard line, not bad. 1st and 10. And 5:02 left in the second quarter as Effingham starts this drive. So 14-14 here at Mount Zion. Hart scored the first 14. Mount Zion has scored the next 14. Pontius up under center. Westendorf the handoff, galloping up to the middle or grabbing at his arms. He held on and he got it out across the 45-yard line.
That was a great run.
Woo, that was pretty. Watch CDA's video on that one. From the 35 out to the 46, a gain of 11, and the new set of downs for the Hearts. And already, Hearts almost to the middle of the field.
Well, such an important drive because Effingham's going to get the ball first to start the second half. So you don't want, whatever happens here, you'd love to score, but you'd also love to not give Mount Zion the football back with enough time to do anything with it.
4.5 to go before halftime. Westendorf again up the middle to the 48. Got 2, I think. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. At the 48. Want to check where the officials set it down. They called it the 47.
Yeah, they were a little less friendly than we were.
So 1.5. So it's 2nd down and about 8.
Yeah, I mean, the ideal perfect world scenario here is that you score and you take all the time off the clock and then get the ball again to start the second half. That's obviously some Pollyanna thinking, but it doesn't mean it can't happen.
I like the way you're thinking. Let's see what happens here. Pontius back to the shotgun here on 2nd and a bunch. Here's the handoff up the middle. Oh, gosh. They had a pretty good run going, and one big lineman for Mount Zion grabbed Westendorf, took him down. He does get credit for getting into Mount Zion's territory at the 49, so that turned out better than I thought. Gain of 3.
I think that's a pretty favorable spot for Effingham.
It's 3rd down. And about 5. 3rd and 5. Hearts with the ball at Mount Zion's 49. We're down to 3:20 to go before halftime in this tie game.
Estrada lined up left. Look for them to maybe throw his way.
Westendorf alongside Pontius. Fake handoff. Pontius carries, and he gets it to the, well, let's see what they call it, the 40. Haven't set it down yet. 43-yard line.
The fake took a little bit too long.
49 to the 43, Dustin. So he got 6.
47. It's not on the other.
Excuse me,
yep.
47, pardon me.
Yeah,
So,
only a couple of yards there.
So that'll bring up a 4th and about 4.
Boy, this is a tough decision here. Still 2:40, basically 2:40 on the clock now. I think Effingham's going to let the play clock run down and then probably call a timeout and decide what they're going to do.
That's less time for Mount Zion if the Hearts do kick it away. They're on the Mount Zion side of the 50.
Mount Zion's going to go ahead and let them do it.
1, and there's the timeout with about 1 second left on the play clock. Timeout Hearts. There is 2:23 left on the first half clock. Let's take a 30-second break, Gail. 14-14, Effingham and Mount Zion at Mount Zion on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Dustin and I are talking about what the Hearts should do, and we all have our opinions. They've scored from 98 yards out. They've scored from 8 yards out. Hearts might just go for it here.
I think I would like to see them run a play and just try to get the first down here. I'm not sure that's what they're going to do. It looks as if they're lined up to punt. I can't fault the thinking there, but Mount Zion's going to have a lot of time and 3 timeouts to work with here.
So now the Hearts shift their set. Pontius being the quarterback, and certainly quarterback. Oh, they snap short, and it's pass attempt that's incomplete.
Yep, the snap was taken by Connor Simmons. Pontius acted as if the snap had gone over his head. I don't think it fooled anybody. The pass was incomplete, and Mount Zion's going to get a short field with 2:19 to go.
Simmons was going to throw just enough to get a first down. It was incomplete, so the Braves get the ball on downs. It's 1st and 10 for Mount Zion at their 48. 2:19 left in the half as the Braves start this drive, and they've scored the last 2 touchdowns. So, boy, you'd love to have it even at halftime.
Yeah, you need to get the stop here, and that's easier said than done the way it's going lately, but so important, I think, just for the momentum going into the second half.
1st and 10 for the Braves at their 48 from the shotgun. Again, 2:19 to go before halftime. And Evans sets up in the shotgun. There's the snap. High one, but he got it, and he's going for the enchilada, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag.
They're going to call interference. The receiver got tangled up. Cahey and Weaver, it was Jacob Weaver in coverage for Effingham. They got tangled up, but boy, it was so far from where the ball ended up falling. I don't know how.
At some point, you have to look at the play. That ball was thrown at least 10 yards beyond either player. There's no way that pass was going to be complete, even there if there had not been any contact. You don't have to call a penalty.
Well, and maybe.
Or is it offensive pass interference?
That must be the call. So we sit.
Maybe this is not a bad call after all.
Oh no, great call, fantastic. It's the best I've ever seen.
So it's on Mount Zion.
Yeah, well that changes things a little bit.
So that runs the ball back to the 33, loss of 15. And so it's 1st and 25 for the Braves, but again, they can throw the football. 2:14 left in the first half in this tie game. They're looking to throw again, across the middle. Hearts might get it. Nope. Mount Zion catches it inside the 35 of Effingham. Cahey again. Man, he is a force.
Again, single coverage on Cahey. The safety, Connor Simmons, comes over and hits him as he catches it. But great pitch and catch there. He is quite a talent and pretty good throw coming in from Evans as well.
and to the 34-yard line. Hearts jump, but they got back. So gain from the 43 to the 34. So 16 and 7, that'd be a 23-yard completion. And now they're going to run it, and they got a man loose, and he's down the sidelines, and they score. Touchdown. Sent him down the sidelines, and a first down and a touchdown for number 28, Adam Lutz. Number 28 for the Braves scored that touchdown. So he's one of the people in for the injured Matthias Adams, and he made it count. So Mount Zion takes a 20-14 lead. The score comes with 1:43 to go before halftime. And here's the extra point try. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and it is good. Mount Zion scored 3 straight touchdowns. They lead at 21-14. The score comes with 1:43 to go in the second quarter. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
Well, Mount Zion scored 3 straight touchdowns, and they lead at 21-14 here with about 1:40 to go before halftime. The kickoff goes to the 1, and now finally crawls into the end zone for a touchback.
I was a little worried that one was going to just crawl to a stop short of the goal line, and Effingham was going to be in real trouble.
Hearts will get a 1st and 10 at their 20 with 1:43 to go before halftime. Hearts still have a timeout to work with. Trailing 21-14 now. Boy, the Hearts were cooking early in the game. Added up 14-0. Mount Zion was limping on offense. And as it sometimes turns out, their lead running back got injured, and the other guys suck it up, and now they're playing great.
A home run play with the pass to kind of get things, everybody feeling loose and get their legs underneath them. And, yeah, now all of a sudden they've scored 3 in a row.
It is smart series here. Keegan Baker protects the football, gets it out across the 25, and they'll set it down at the 27. So a gain of 7, and it's 2nd and 3. 21-14, Mount Zion in front. Don't forget next week, homecoming at Effingham as the Hearts play host to Lincoln. Last conference game of the season. Think about that, gang. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we'll have it for you on 97.9 XFM at 97.9XFM.com. We'll crown the homecoming king and queen at halftime. 2nd and 3, Hearts at the 27. There's the handoff to Baker again. He goes left side of center, and he's out across the 30. So a decent gain, and probably should have the first down. There's the signal. And they'll gain it to the 32, Dustin. So a gain of 5. And it's 1st and 10. 50 seconds left before halftime. Let's see whether the Hearts keep it close to the vest here or whether they might cut loose on one here.
If they're going to cut loose, they're kind of slow rolling it here because they're taking their time as far as getting the play in and run.
Pontius up under center. Handoff up the gut. Look at the hole for Keegan Baker. He's still on his feet near midfield. Great hole up the middle. Baker did a great job of hitting it. And from the 31, a gain to the 48. Gallop of 17 yards to the 48. 20 seconds left.
Now a little more urgency coming into the huddle there. They want to get this play run. 1st
and 10 at their own 48. Pontius up under center, looking to throw. Got a man. This ball is caught by Walls. No, incomplete. Good defense by Mount Zion. Caden Walls did all he could to catch that football.
Well, and
Mount Zion knocked it away.
It was a pretty good throw, too, from Pontius. Put it where he needed to, but, yeah, you're right. Really good coverage there.
3 seconds left, so you got time to do that one more time. 2nd and 10 at the 48. I heard a fan down here saying Hail Mary, and let's see if they unload it again. There's the snap. Nope, they're going to run it this time, and that's the end of the show for this half as Keegan Baker dumped at about the 48, so no gain. That's halftime. Hart scored the first 2 touchdowns. Mount Zion scored the next 3, though. At the half here at Mount Zion, it is Mount Zion 21, Effingham 14. Halftime show on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Well, first half didn't go quite as quickly as last week's, but not bad. It's 8 o'clock, and we're at halftime. Unfortunately, the score not quite as exciting as last week's. At halftime, it's Mount Zion 21, Effingham 14. Hart scored the first 2 touchdowns. Mount Zion scored the last 3 of the half, though, and that's how we are at the score we are. And here's a look at the scoring in that first half. After Mount Zion had a woeful first possession, boy, nothing went right, and they lost their running back, Matthias Adams, due to injury. The Hearts got the ball at Mount Zion's 45-yard line, and 9-play 45-yard drive ensued. Took 3:33 off the clock, highlighted by John Westendorf's 14-yard touchdown run. The kick was good, and the Hearts had a 7-0 lead with 5:50 left in the first quarter. And then they came right back and scored their next possession, staged a beautiful 13-play, 82-yard drive, 5:46 run off the clock, and the capper, the 8-yard touchdown run by John Westendorf. The kick was good by Estrada, and it was 14-0 Effingham with 10:19 to go in the second quarter. So things are looking good, right? Well, then Mount Zion executed a 1-play touchdown drive, an 82-yard pass play, and Cahey caught it, and it was pretty much see ya later once Christian Cahey had the ball. He went the 82 yards, and it took 24 seconds for Mount Zion to get on the board. The score came with 7:55 to go in the second quarter. Their kick was good, and it was 14-7, but the Hearts were still in front until the next time Mount Zion had the ball. Then with 5:02 to go in the second quarter, Mount Zion staged a 7-play, 98-yard drive. Remember the great punt by Tanner Pontius drove him back to the 2-yard line. But 7 plays and 98 yards later, a 3-minute, 45-second drive highlighted by Cahey, who ran it in from 7 yards out. The kick was good, and Mount Zion had come back to tie the game 14-14. Well, Mount Zion got the ball one more time. That drive started with 1:43 to go before the half, and it was a 2-play, 52-yard drive, highlighted by the 34-yard run by Lutz. The kick was good, and Mount Zion had the lead 21-14. The Hearts tried to get something going at the very end of the half, couldn't cash in, and Mount Zion on top by a score here at halftime. At the break, as Mount Zion getting ready for homecoming, it's Mount Zion 21, Effingham 14. Speaking of homecoming, that's what we'll be enjoying next week as Effingham plays host to the Lincoln Rail Splitters. Kickoff at 7 o'clock next Friday night, and we'll crown the homecoming king and queen at halftime. Dustin's working on the stats. Gail has all the scores you can imagine. It's all on the way in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
We're at Mount Zion High School at halftime. It's Mount Zion 21, Effingham 14. Hart scored the first 2 touchdowns. Mount Zion scored the next 3. And the Hearts are down 7 here at the break. And the man with the stats, Dustin White.
And Greg, Mount Zion outgaining Effingham 254 to 165 in that first half. And that's a pretty good edge, but then you look at the number of plays they've run. They've only run 17 plays to Effingham's 35. So the Hearts have run twice as many plays, but they are being outgained by around 90 yards. So, yeah, the Braves have gotten it done, especially in the passing game. We'll look at the rushing numbers first. Effingham, 124 rushing yards on 25 plays. That's real good, 4.9 yards per carry. Both of the Hearts scores have come on the ground, and they've limited the Braves to just 55 yards on 12 plays on the ground. That's 4.6 yard average and a couple of touchdowns. But then Mount Zion, 5 passing plays, only 5 passing plays, but
wow.
4 of them successful for 199 yards and another score. Effingham, meanwhile, has put the ball in the air 10 times, completed 5 of them, and gained 41 yards. So they were using some short passes pretty effectively early on, just to kind of give a change of pace, open things up for the running game, and it was working real well. But at the end of the day, at the end of the half, rather, a pretty wide difference between what the Braves have been able to get done. They've gotten some home run plays to go, and Effingham, the one time that they were able to throw downfield, couldn't quite get it to connect. First downs, the Hearts 11 of those, 9 on the ground, 1 through the air, 1 by penalty. Mount Zion, 9 first downs, 4 on the ground, 4 through the air, and 1 via penalty. No turnovers yet. Mount Zion did put the ball on the ground a couple times early. Some miscommunication, I think. They had some had some struggles as far as knowing when the ball needed to be snapped with some of their plays with guys in motion, but seemed to have figured things out. As it is, they never gave the ball away. Penalties, Effingham 5 of those for 45 yards. Mount Zion 4 penalties for 40 yards. Time of possession, Effingham's had the ball 14 minutes and 53 seconds to Mount Zion's 9:07. That's not terribly surprising when you figure that the Hearts have run twice as many plays. So, moving to some individual numbers here. Christian Cahey has scored a touchdown on the ground for the Braves. That's interesting only because he's got 5 carries, 5 rushing attempts technically, lost 7 yards because again every one of those miscommunications on snaps, it was with him in motion, and typically the snap hit him. And again, I don't know whose fault any of that is, if it's a miscommunication, a timing thing on the snap, or if he wasn't looking for a ball when he was supposed to. But all I know is he had to fall on the ball in the backfield 3 different times. And so that's why on 5 attempts he's got a negative 7-yard number, despite the fact that he also has a 7-yard touchdown run. Adam Lutz, 1 run for 34 yards. That was a score. Zach Gerard, who has taken the bulk of their carries since Matthias Adams was injured, Gerard has got 19 yards on 4 carries. Adams did have 1 run before he came out with an injury. That was a 2-yard run, and the Mount Zion quarterback, Tyson Evans, also kept it for a 7-yard run on his only attempt. Evans, of course, again, 4 out of 5 passing, 199 yards and a score. That score was an 87-yard pass to Christian Cahey. That was not a long pass down the field. That was just more kind of over the middle. And once Cahey beat the one man he needed to, well, nobody else was able to catch up. That was one of 3 receptions for Cahey, 141 yards, because he also has receptions of 21 and 33. And then Ethan Hamrick, also with a 58-yard reception, his only catch of the game. So yeah, the Braves have not put the ball in the air a bunch of times in this first half, but every time they did, it was really successful. 2 punts for Aiden Page came out to averaging 25 yards. He had a 16-yarder and a 34-yarder. That's really it. Ethan Hamrick with a 9-yard kick return. Braden Trimble with a 14-yard kick return. That's really all I've got for them as far as their special teams numbers. Moving to Effingham's individual stats, John Westendorf, 66 yards on 15 carries, and both of Effingham's touchdowns. Touchdown runs of 14 and 8 yards. Keegan Baker chipping in 39 yards on his 7 attempts. And Tanner Pontius has run 3 times for 19 yards. So those are the 3 guys who have taken carries for the Hearts in the first half of play. Pontius, 5 of 9 passing for 41 yards. He was 5 out of his first 6, as a matter of fact. And then you had on the fake punt play, Connor Simmons also with a pass attempt. It was unsuccessful. Caden Walls has caught 3 passes for 17 yards so far. Armando Estrada with a 5-yard catch. And then the longest successful pass play for the Hearts in the first half, that was a 19-yarder to Evan Weymouth. That was Evan's only reception of the first 24 minutes of play here. Pontius with just the 1 punt, and it was a good one, 54 yards. You'll take that. Westendorf with a 7-yard punt return and also a 26-yard kickoff return. So those are the 2 kick returns of the half for the Hearts. And Armando Estrada doing his usual good job in the kickoff game. So again, all those numbers, but the big one that matters is 21 for Mount Zion compared to 14 for Effingham. Heart's going to get the ball first in the second half, and they're going to need to do something with it because right now Mount Zion is pretty much scoring at will. So you're going to want to make sure you take advantage of those offensive possessions if you're the Hearts.
I would feel a little less pained if it had been a usual sort of drive rather than they did have the one good drive, quality drive, 7 plays, 98 yards. But big strikes have been the thing that have really hurt the Hearts.
Even that 7-play, 98-yard drive featured a couple of pretty good chunks of yardage in the pass games, and that's just something that, I say you can't have it. I mean, that goes without saying, right? But it's not an easy thing to fix when you have the athletes in the receiving game that Mount Zion has. Covering them is no picnic, and as Coach Hefner is fond of saying in the post-game interviews, covering receivers is a team effort too, because it's up to your line to get some pressure. Your front guys and your linebackers that might happen to be blitzing, it's up to them to get a little pressure on the quarterback so he can't just sit back, make the read, and throw deep right to the spot where he needs to for that receiver. So, whatever the things are that need to be cleaned up defensively to keep them from getting those big chunks of yardage in the pass game, well, Effingham's going to have to try to get that done because otherwise it could be a long second half.
21-14, Mount Zion leads Effingham. Let's send it back to the studios and see what Gail Warner's been able to do for us as far as coming up with scores. Gail?
All right, what I have so far in the Apollo Conference, which we're in, Charleston and Taylorville tied up at 14 all, and that's close to halftime. Mattoon leads Lincoln 22-21, and they're almost at halftime as well. Mahomet Seymour 14 leading Quincy Notre Dame nothing, and that's close to halftime. In the Lincoln Prairie Conference, Cumberland having a good night. The Pirates lead Oakland Tri-County 49-0 at the half. Little Illini Conference, Newton and Robinson, an uneventful game so far, 0-0 at the half. And as far as Major League Baseball tonight, in the bottom of the third, St. Louis Cardinals are leading the Cubs 1-0.
Okay, thank you, Gail. We were having a little trouble hearing because of the dance routine going on. Good dance routine, just a loud one. So we couldn't hear all the scores, but thank you for the update. Our listeners could, and that's the bottom line. Now, we'll remind you that after we have football tonight, we have NASCAR tomorrow and Saturday. We're in Talladega, so call Ricky Bobby and let him know that he and all his friends can enjoy action. Coverage on the Xfinity races at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and the Cup races at noon on Sunday. So 3 o'clock tomorrow, noon on Sunday, NASCAR action on your home for NASCAR. KJ Country at 102.3. And then Dustin and me and Matt and Mill and maybe other friends will be involved in broadcasting action from this coming week's National Trail Conference Tournament. Again, we told you that Dietrich beat Neoga in the game that qualified who would play the top seed. That game was played tonight. So the pairings are set now for the quarterfinals of the National Trail Conference Tournament. It will be Dietrich at North Clay. It'll be Altamont at South Central. It'll be Cowden Herrick Beecher City at St. Anthony. And it'll be Brownstown St. Elmo at Windsor Stew Straws. And we have 2 stations and 4 games. So ciphering through all the results, we're going to have the Altamont at South Central game for you on KJ Country Monday, and we'll have the CHBC game at St. Anthony on 97.9 XFM. We haven't had a St. Anthony game on for a couple of weeks now, and we haven't had a chance to have CHBC on, and so we're going to have that game for you on 97.9 XFM. We think Altamont and South Central could be a honey of a game, so that'll be on KJ Country. Now remember, all of the games in the NTC tournament are going to have a 4 o'clock start time. We've been starting most games this season at 4:30, but it's a 4 o'clock start time for all the tournament games. And I know there's some places, some venues that might host that don't have lights, so that might be one consideration. So keep that in mind. 4 o'clock starts. Then we'll have both the semifinal games for you on Wednesday, and we'll have the third place and the championship games for you on Friday. So we're going to just about have all the games from the tournament Monday through Friday and generally on KJ. One of the games on Monday, one of the games on Wednesday will be in 97.9.
Yeah, do the best we can with the number of stations we have, right? The NTC tournament is always fun, and you got to play 3 games in a week's time, and you got to win them all if you want to win the tournament. Well, it doesn't matter how good you are. That's going to stretch the limits of a pitching staff of any good high school team, and so coaches have to be smart and creative about how they deploy that if they want to get through the week. And you combine that with the fact that it's just really, I think, the middle of the field especially just very evenly matched. So that kind of gets you to a point where you'd be very hard to prognosticate, very hard to predict who's going to win what. And that's why it'll be interesting to listen to, and that's why you should listen to it. If you can't be there, you should listen to it because it's going to be a lot of fun.
I say go to a game, take a radio with you, listen to another game, then you're all set.
That'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep that in mind. It all gets started Monday, and we'll have games Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, of course, Dustin and I will be at Klosterman Field next Friday night because it's homecoming at Klosterman Field as Effingham plays host to Lincoln. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. They'll crown the king and queen at halftime. There are some other cool things. A reminder, homecoming parade is Wednesday night. Steps off at 6 o'clock. They'll line up behind the library, head the wrong way on Jefferson out to Cherry, south on Cherry past Millie's house to Grove, and then west on Grove out to the high school. And there's a Powder Puff football game after the parade, and one of us is going to have a role to play in that. Not playing. Heaven help us, not playing, but I get to help broadcast. And a couple of footballers are going to be helping me on that PA, not on air.
And Gail's reading those scores off, and we've discussed time and again, Lincoln having a resurgent year. Well, they're trailing Mattoon by a single point, 22-21. That's a Mattoon team that Effingham's lost to this year. So, that's a not a very scientific game to play. Who beat who, and then how do we compare to them? It doesn't work that way. It's not that simple. But it at least, I think, gives you some more information to play with. Again, it's not going to get a whole lot easier next week, and going to have to really put it together here in the second half of Mount Zion.
Absolutely. We're ready for the kickoff. At least the Hearts get the ball to start the second half, so that's encouraging. And we'll see how things go because the Hearts had it going out of the gate, and their offense still hasn't played badly, even in that second quarter. So we'll see what happens here. And Coach Hefner is one of the best at making necessary adjustments at halftime. So let's see what happens here after intermission. Mount Zion ready with the second half kickoff. And our Hearts are back at about the 10 to return this. There's the kick. It's pretty deep. Oh, it's a squib kick as it turns out. Westendorf fields it on the hop at the 11 and goes to the middle of the field. Now John turns it up, still on his feet, and they wrestle him down near the 30-yard line. So he came to the middle of the field, then turned it up, and I think they'll set it down just shy of the 30. And let's see, yes, the 29 is just shy of the 30. So first down for the Hearts at their own 29-yard line. Tyler O'Neill just homered. Now it's 2-0 St. Louis. All right, so Cubs have 3 games left. We'll see if they win any of those. First and 10. Pontius up under center, hands it to Baker, and boy, Mount Zion hit a bunch of people, but they didn't hit Baker for a minute, and Keegan got it out across the 30 at least. See where they set this down right on the 30. Going to give him a yard. So it's 2nd and 9. Just underway in the third quarter. Mount Zion in front 21-14. Hart's trying to get to 3-3 on the season, and gosh, the way the season started, Dustin, get to 500, that'd be pretty heady stuff.
Be a pretty good feeling.
Let's see what happens from the 30 on 2nd and 9. Pontius up under center. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. It's out in the flats, caught by Weymouth. They're going to run that again. Evans out near midfield before they take him down.
It worked pretty well the first time, and it worked just as well the second time. Weymouth a little further away from the sideline when he caught that one this time, but the result much the same, out near midfield.
They'll call it the 48, so from the 30 to the 48, a gain of 18. And the new set of downs for the Hearts. I like that play. New wrinkle. Coach introduces one play or so about every week. So a new set of downs. Effingham at their 48, trailing 21-14. Handoff this time up the gut and into Mount Zion territory before Keegan Baker gets wrestled down. There's a late flag. Let's see what that's about. That might be on a face mask.
It came from the side.
Gain to the 48 of Mount Zion. So from Effingham's 48 to Mount Zion's 48, and it is on Mount Zion.
Yeah, it's another face mask. We'll wait and see. Looks like just a
5 yard. Oh.
No,
it's a big one. You know, right. you have discretion if it's inadvertent to call it a 5. That's the third face mask call of the night, and all been big ones, so that's a lot of help to the Hearts. The gain was 4, Dustin, from the 48 to the 48, and then the 15-yard walk-off gives the Hearts the ball, 1st and 10 in Mount Zion's 33. So this is just what you hoped for coming out of the locker room. Pontius stays up under center. Handoff, Westendorf still on his feet. They wrestle him down. He got back at least to the line of scrimmage, but maybe no more.
Never did go down. Didn't let the red jerseys ever wrestle him to the artificial turf here. But yeah, not a whole lot there. In fact, nothing at all.
2nd and 10, still at the 33. 10-10 to go, third quarter. Hearts trail by a touchdown. Pontius back to the shotgun with Westendorf by his side. They send Weymouth to the right tight end spot. They fake a handoff, and Pontius up the gut, and he gets it out inside the 30 before they take him down, so a pretty good gain. From the 33, the gain is to the 28, a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5.
Deep enough into Mount Zion territory here. You don't necessarily need to get all 5 on this play, but you don't want to leave yourself too much to gain, so we'll be interested to see what they do with this.
They bring Walls out here and Estrada to the near side. Let's see what's up here. Handoff up the gut. Westendorf, and they take him down after a short gain, and it's going to bring up 4th and more than a couple.
Yeah, not much. Maybe a yard on that.
The spot of the football is at the 27, so give him 1. That's being really generous. So it's 4th down, still about 5 to go to get the first down. Hearts trail by a touchdown. Boy, you'd love to see them knotted up after they've had this good field position. 4th and 4-ish. Pontius going to stay in the gun. Westendorf beside him. They've got 2 guys on the right side out wide now, and they're rolling. Pontius's throw caught by Estrada, and he's out of bounds about the 20, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, just, Estrada has really found his place in this Effingham offense as a pass receiver. Not necessarily a lot of deep stuff, but just a little out route there, and just does get inside the 20.
To the 19, from the 27 to the 19, a gain of 8, and a new set of downs for the Hearts. 1st and 10 at Mount Zion's 19 with 8:35 to play in the third quarter. Pontius up under center. The Hearts line up in the eye. Haven't seen that much this year. Westendorf up the gut, and he gets to the 15, I think. Let's see about the spot. But from the 19, he's close to the 15 anyway. Want to double check about the placement. They're still not spotting it down. Gain of 4. 19 to the 15 at 2nd and 6. Big play here. You'd love to see him get something positive here on 2nd and 6. Pontius always goes to the sideline for the call from Coach Hefner. Heads back to the huddle. 7:53 to go in the third. Got Connor Thompson on the tight end spot. Now they're rolling out in the flats. Caught. Weymouth. First down inside the 10. Boy, what a pretty play and a nice grab by Evan Weymouth, Dustin.
Yeah, it looks like about the 8. It's
yes,
probably
sir.
Where they're going to set this one down.
Yes, sir. 15 to the 8, a gain of 7. Enough for another first down. First and goal for the Hearts at Mount Zion's 8-yard line. Could tie it up with a score here.
Weymouth's third catch, and he is the leading receiver for the Hearts tonight.
They've got Estrada out here wide right, and then Caden Walls to the near side. Now they move Estrada a little closer, and they're going to run it, and that lets him block, and Westendorf gets it inside the 5. A nice run.
Yeah, I mean, the idea was for Mirando Estrada to be able to block there. I think that Mount Zion was able to circumvent that a little bit, but Westendorf strong enough to still get some positive yardage, maybe a couple here.
He got 5.
Got more than
East
that.
of the 3. So a gain of 5 from the 8 to the 3, and it's 2nd and goal to go at the 3-yard line. So the Hearts are knocking on the door.
Hold on to the football.
Yes. Pontius up under center. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Westendorf, touchdown Effingham.
He was able to just walk in there.
What a hole. Left side of the line. Nice job of blocking. And John hit the hole. Hearts are back within 21-20. And the extra point to tie this game again. The score, by the way, comes with 6:59 left in the third quarter.
Third touchdown for John tonight.
Placement, kick, looks good to me. The officials agree. We have a tie game again. Effingham's come back to tie it here at Mount Zion, 21-all. 6:59 to go in the third. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Well, great way to start the second half. The Hearts score, and we're tied at 21. 6:59 to go in the third. Here's the kickoff, and he belted it into the end zone. Out of the end zone. Going back into a soccer goal. Man, Estrada didn't miss that one. He's a happy kid as he's coming off the field. Armando Estrada, he does so much for this team.
Yeah, you know, for Mount Zion, their kicker, Lawrence Trimble, has been effective. It's worked out for him, but his kicks are, he rolls them down the field and just hopes that nobody will pick it up or be able to corral the bounce. So Estrada leaves no doubt. He has the ability to just make that touch back pretty automatic. But Effingham defensively, really big possession here.
After they score, you'd love to get a stop. No argument there. Evans from the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 20 for Mount Zion. There's a handoff. They go far side, and a good job by Calber of running him out of bounds. That was Gerard, and good job by Damon Calber. The gain is 5, though, to the 25. That'll make it 2nd and 5.
Well, it seems that Matthias Adams is probably not coming back on the field for Mount Zion tonight. It hasn't been a crippling blow for them by any means, but you lose your leading rusher, you would think that would sting a little bit.
Sure hope the kid's going to be all right. Evans from the shotgun on 2nd and 5. There's the snap. He keeps. Runs it up the middle and is near the first down. Now the Hearts shoving back. So that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think Evans is a couple yards short.
Noah Jones, Connor Simmons, and then some of the big old linemen for the Hearts in the fray there. Blake Bushu among them.
Just a single yard short, actually.
Gain of 4 to the 29. So 3rd and 1.
3 receivers lined up to the right here.
3rd and 1. They could go for it all on 3rd and 1. Checking the sidelines. Evans now relays the play to all those guys out here split wide, and then they run it up the middle. Yeah, that was smart. Out to the 40, and they get the first down.
Yep, decoys, 3 receivers wide right, 1 not wide to the left, and just a simple run up the middle and an easy first down.
Gain to the 40, so a gain of 11 to the 40-yard line. 21 all. There's 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They are going to run it this time, and again it's the quarterback, Evans, and out to near the 45. Getting to the 44, so a gain of 4, and it's 2nd and 6. Little slow getting up is Mount Zion's number 21, Kieran Petty, Chiren. Kieran Petty.
I wrestled with that one too, whether it was Kieran or Cheerin. Either way, he's definitely number 21.
Yes. And Hart's call time. 5:41 to go in the 3rd. Gail, we'll just keep it here since we've seen most of that timeout go by. 5:41 to go in the 3rd. It's 21-21 here at Mount Zion as Effingham and Mount Zion are tied. Mr. Woltman sends me along a score. And this is a halftime score. I think Gail had this one. Mattoon 22, Lincoln 21.
Yep.
That's a halftime score. So thank you, David, for sending that along. Thanks to everybody who sent us scores. T-Rep was nice enough to send us the scores from the junior high state baseball tournaments. Unfortunately, not good news in either case. Sacred Heart lost and Teutopolis lost. So sorry to say that they're done, because if you lose in the quarterfinal round, that's the end of it for you. But congratulations to the Shamrocks and the Wooden Shoes for making it to state. Way to go, gang. Good job, guys. 2nd and 6, the ball at the 44 from the shotgun. There's the handoff, and Gerard goes to the left to center, and he gets it out across midfield, and it's enough for a first down for Mount Zion. Noah Jones, old number 4, got in there and got the stop on number 4. But it's a gain to the 48, so a gain of 8.
43 yards on 7 carries for Zach Gerard. He's done a pretty good job, and especially lately, his last 3 carries, 5, 11, and 8 yards.
So a new set of downs for the Braves. Evans from the shotgun on 1st and 10. There's the snap. There's the handoff. This time Gerard coming to this side. Oh, he got away from one defender, but now he gets taken down. Very short gain. And a nice stop out there, taken down by the Hearts' Carter Bushu.
Dalton Fox was in on that play too. After Zach Gerard was able to shake off the initial tackler. Really, just a good job of pursuit for Effingham to make sure that even though he was able to break that first tackle, that he wasn't going to get anything out of the play.
Got 2, Dustin, from the 48 to the 46, so it's 2nd and 8. 4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter in our tie game here at Mount Zion. They'll keep Evans in the shotgun. There's the snap, looking to throw across the middle. It's caught, and he gets away, and he's got a big gain and a touchdown if the Hearts can't catch him, and they can't. Touchdown, Mount Zion.
That's just, very similar to the Cahey catch in the middle of the field where one guy gets a hand on him, can't bring him down, and then the speed he puts on the afterburners, and that's it.
So Mount Zion regains the lead, 27 to 21, and they'll try the extra point. By the way, the man scoring that touchdown, number 21, Kieran Petty.
He must be okay, huh?
Yeah, he had a quick recovery and scores the touchdown. They'll try the extra point now to make the lead 7 if it's good. And there's the snap, the placement. The kick is blocked. No, they're going to fake it. They're going to run 2, and down goes the holder at about the 10. They had trouble on the snap, and in fairness to the holder, that's not his problem. Well, it was his problem because he ended up getting tackled, but the snap was messed up, and so the holder for Mount Zion, who is Carson Ballhorst, tried to make something out of nothing. The Hearts tackled him, so the extra point's unsuccessful. But Mount Zion leads Effingham 27-21. Score comes with 4:18 to go in the third. And Gail, we're back in 30 on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
46-yard play that should have maybe been 6. But Mount Zion scores nonetheless. The try for 2, as it turns out, was unsuccessful. I think they were going to try and kick, but a bad snap. So Mount Zion's lead is 6, 27-21. The score came with 4:18 to go in the third. Lawrence Trimble ready to kick off here for the Braves. Let's see what the Hearts can do about cooking on offense this time. They scored their last possession. There's a kick, line drive. It's fielded on the hop by Westendorf. He comes up the middle of the field, still on his feet. He's out to the 30, and he ends up across the 30-yard line before they take him down. Took that inside the 10, returns it out across the 30. Nice job by John Westendorf, and the Hearts with decent field position to start this drive. They will set it down at the 31. And that's where the Hearts will start with 4:09 left in the third quarter. The drive for Mount Zion, 7 plays, 80 yards. It took 2:41 off the clock. And again, that 46-yard should have been a short gain that turned into a 46-yard touchdown run. 27-21 Mount Zion. Let's see if the Hearts can go to work here. Got a strut out here to the near side. There's a handoff up the gut and a nice gain out across the 35. Keegan Baker with the carry to the 36.
I mean, if you can keep matching score for score, it may come down to who gets the ball last with that missed conversion there. But tall task and still a lot of football left to play.
And I know I'll sound like Mr. Jinx, but the Hearts have been almost flawless on extra points this season. So, good gain on first down. Let's see what happens here. Handoff. Keegan Baker again trying to pick his way through traffic, and he has a first down near the 45-yard line. Good gain for Keegan. From the 36, the gain to the 44, a gain of 8. And the new set of downs for the Hearts. See, it's not, the Hearts haven't had trouble moving the football. They've scored 3 times. Just got to keep Mount Zion off the board. Pontius, handoff, Baker, right side of center this time, and he's out across the 45, and he got close to midfield. I thought he was done dead for rights, and he made it to the 49. So from the 44 to the 49, a gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 5. Good crowd, by the way. I haven't said that. Good crowd here from Effingham tonight.
Yeah, really filling out the visiting side bleachers here.
Good to see. They'll all be there next Friday night for homecoming. Hope you will be too. So 2nd and 5 at the 49. Hearts run it up the gut again. It's working, so why not keep it going? And they get into Mount Zion territory, but not much more. Baker peeled off the turf. Oh no, it was Connor Thompson. That's 87, not 7. And Keegan's coming off the field. Connor must have just been in there blocking. Pardon me. The gain's to the 48, so a gain of 3. So the gain is to Mount Zion's 48. So 3rd down and a long 2. Pontius up under center. Handoff. Westendorf driving and diving, and he didn't make it. Now his second effort might have made him. He might have got the first down.
Well, that's going to make it a much closer to the point where might have to get Chain Gang involved. We'll wait to see where they set it down. No, they're not going to set it. It's not going to be that favorable of a spot, but I think it is going to give Effingham an interesting decision to make here.
Call it the 47 of Mount Zion. So it's 4th and a yard.
Yeah, I don't think they're hesitating. They're gonna run a play right here.
They're behind. They're in Mount Zion territory. Pontius driving forward, and he has the first down. He's at least the 45, if not inside the 45, and a new set of downs for the Hearts.
I think Pontius basically got pushed by a teammate forward a little bit.
And one Hart still down. Now he's up. We're glad about that. I think it's Jacob Foster, and he is back in the huddle. He says, I'm good. So the gain, Dustin, to the 44, gain of 3, and a new set of downs for the Hearts. So here they are, driving again. 27-21 Mount Zion. Handoff again. Westendorf coming to the near side, turns it up, still on his feet. Big run inside the 35-yard line, very close to another first down.
Yeah, he's really knocking on the door. I don't know if he quite got it. Yeah, they're moving the chains again.
So from the 44 to the 34, that'd be 10 yards. And that's another first down for the Hearts. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Hearts driving. 1st and 10 at Mount Zion's 34. Estrada to the right side. Now they're going to hand it off again to Westendorf. Big hole, and he's inside or near the 30 at least. So a decent gain. Where are they going to set this one down? There was a lot of people there right at the 30. So from the 34 to the 30, a gain of 4, and it's 2nd and 6. And they should get one more play underway before the third quarter comes to an end. No wind tonight, by the way. That is no factor. Flags have been limp all night.
They don't have to, but it looks like they're going to try to. There's more time on the play clock.
Pontius gets the play away. Here's the handoff to the man coming across the middle. That's Estrada, and Armando gets the first down. If he doesn't, he is knocking on the door. He has it inside the 25. Let's see about the spot here. And we're not going to leave Gale till we know for sure. Call it the 23. So from the 30 to the 23, a gain of 7. And that should be enough for a Hearts first down. Let's take a 30-second break, Gale. 27-21 Mount Zion after 3 here on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
All right, we're back here at Mount Zion. There was a flag thrown and a hold on Effingham at the end of that play. And so the ball ends up back at Effingham's, Mount Zion's 39-yard line. So it's 2nd and 16. First play of the second quarter, going deep. The Hearts receiver got clobbered, and that's pass interference.
So that was an untimed play because the third quarter is over with, and now you got a penalty there. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be running. Will you be running one more?
Well, there's another flag in. Let's see. Well, the game can't end on an offensive penalty. But it's the third quarter, so.
That was a defensive penalty. Yeah, 15 yards from there, so they're going to walk it to the 24.
So it's interference. I mean, the Hearts' intended receiver was Armando Estrada. He got decked.
Yeah, it got shoved right to the ground. That was about as easy a call as you could make.
So they were back at Mount Zion's 39. The ball's advanced to Mount Zion's 24, so there's that 15 yards, Dustin.
And they've moved it. They've signaled first down on the field now.
All right. So now we're ready for the fourth quarter.
No, this is still the third quarter. Still one more untimed play, I think.
The ball's at the 24 of Mount Zion. Handoff. Westendorf going to the far side. Now he turns it up. John still on his feet. He's driving him forward. And he gets near the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they never did start the clock, Greg, so that play definitely still counts as third quarter, and now they'll reverse the field.
Well, I'm sorry. That's right. We are still going north, aren't we?
That'll be the end of the third quarter.
All right, so that's the end of the third. Sorry about that, folks. Should have realized the ball's going the same direction. We hadn't started a new quarter. The gain is to the 13. So a gain of 11?
Yeah, another first down.
All right. So now we're ready for the fourth quarter. Sorry about that, gang.
Well, you don't often see that, a quarter ending on 2 untimed plays, but the penalties did that, and so now now they'll take the quarter break.
Greg should have realized we didn't change ends of the field, so sorry about that, gang. So Effingham has it at Mount Zion's 13, and either end of the field's okay with me since they have it at Mount Zion's 13-yard line. And they change ends of the field, so now Effingham is southbound and down the rest of the game.
And it does, they'll have the opportunity to get a first down without scoring. But at this point, you get the ball to this part of the field, you're trailing, and you've seen Mount Zion have very little difficulty scoring since the first quarter. You really got to convert here. It just would be too much wind out of your sails to not get the points on the board now.
First and 10 for Effingham at Mount Zion's 13-yard line as we officially start the fourth quarter. Body is up under center. Hearts do that double shift to their tight ends to the left side of the field for blocking, usually that is. John Westendorf up the gut. Nice run inside the 10. So a good gain this close to pay dirt on first down there.
Yeah, you had Weymouth and another blocker move over to the other side of the line. I think that was Connor Thompson, the tight end. And then Westendorf actually cut it to the other side of the field. Got a Mount Zion player a little slow to get up.
Gain of 4, Dustin, from the 13 to the 9. So it's 2nd and 6 at Mount Zion's 9-yard line. And yes, a Brave player is on the field. Still. And they're trying to stretch him out, so hopefully it's just a cramp. I say just a cramp. I know, I'm not the one with a cramp. But I don't think it's anything more serious than that.
John Westendorf, 110 yards on 25 carries now. It's another really good night for number 34. 3 scores, of course, to go with that. He's scored every Effingham touchdown so far.
Been a pretty effective runner, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's come into his own. If you remember, he was not the lead back at the beginning of the season. He did not get a ton of carries in that first week, but I think he showed everybody a little something, and it's been a boulder rolling downhill since then.
Zachary Q. Gerard is the player that was injured for Mount Zion.
Another running back for them because, remember, hopefully they're going to hope that he can get things worked out for when they go back out on the field offensively.
He is walking off under his own power, and that's good news.
Yep.
So the gain of 4 on that play puts the ball at Mount Zion's 9. 2nd down at the 9. They run Connor Thompson and Evan Weymouth over to the left side of the line again. Handoff up the gut. Westendorf. Look at the hole. Touchdown Effingham. Just went left to center. Took it to the house. The Hearts have tied it and have a chance to gain the lead again.
4th touchdown for John Westendorf, and that's not close to a record, but a night that I don't suppose a whole lot of backs have had. Really impressive night for him, and it gets Effingham back tied and possibly in the lead with the extra point.
Estrada for the lead. There's the kick, the placement, it's up, it looks good to me. The officials agree, and the Hearts are back in front here at Mount Zion. 28-27. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
All right, back at Mount Zion. Hearts back in front, 28-27. 12 plays, 69 yards, 452. Highlined by Westendorf's 9-yard touchdown run. Estrada's kick for the lead was good, and the Hearts are back on top, 28-27, 11:23 left in this one. Return by Mount Zion on the kickoff, pretty good. He's still on his feet. Finally, they take him down, and he lost yardage in the deal.
So that was a little bit shorter kick for Estrada. It was taken by Braden Trimble at about the 10-yard line. He's able to get a bit of a return, but yeah, when he was trying to break that thing open, got stood up pretty good, and he paid for it. He is still down on the turf, so Mount Zion's had some injuries today.
And he's squirming, too. Something's really hurting. He fought really hard for every yard, and then the Hearts drove him back, and he's hurting. So they've got the crew out there, the training group.
Braden Trimble, a 6-foot freshman. 145 pounds, he's a very slender kid, and my guess is you get a couple of kick coverage guys with a full head of steam coming in there, and that's why, I mean, it scares the crap out of me to watch NFL players take kicks out of the end zone and stuff, because you got a bunch of monsters out there just running full speed at you. No, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you do. And to 3, Mr. Wolfman tells us Charleston 21, Taylorville 14.
Wow.
So the Trojans up by a touchdown after 3.
They did get Trimble off the turf, but he's still standing there out there on the field. Now he's going to walk off. He does walk off on his own.
There he goes to the sidelines on his own, like Dustin said. That's encouraging. Hopefully he's only out the one play. 11:14 left in the game. Hearts lead it again now, 28-27. And 1st and 10 here for Mount Zion at their 29. That's the line of scrimmage as this drive starts. The 29-yard line. Barking out signals is Evans. He's just a sophomore. There's the handoff. They run it up the gut, and they get near the 35-yard line. And let's see who carried this time for Mount Zion. It's 28. He's been a busy kid. Braden Traxler. No, pardon me. Lutz. Adam Lutz, number 28.
Well, his only run of the game was a 34-yard touchdown, so obviously he can do the job. Got 6 on that one.
29 to the 35, so it's 2nd and 4. 10:43 left. Hearts lead by 1 point. Tyson Evans, their sophomore quarterback, hitches up his belt.
3 receivers to the left here.
Last time I think they ran it. They're going to throw this time, though. There's the catch by you-know-who. Cahey, and down he goes. Look at Dalton Fox.
Needed that. I mean, it's so big just to show that you can do it, because they have run so many of those little short routes where they just catch it, elude one tackler, and then goodbye. And that time Fox limited him to just a couple of yards.
Gain is to the 30. Can't find a football.
38.
38. Like. So a gain of just 3 on that pass play. And it's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, but minimize the damage for sure. Let's see what happens here. From the shotgun, there's the snap, low snap. They hand it off, and I'm not sure he got it. Now he dives forward to about the 40, and he does get the first down.
Pretty good second effort for Lutz there, and frustrating for the Effingham sideline. They thought they had him stuffed. They thought they dialed up the right play, and he was able to just push himself forward to the 40, to the 30, the 40-yard line, and get that first down.
Gain of 2. So a new set of downs for Mount Zion. 1st and 10 at their 40. Down to 9:35 in the game. Effingham on top here at Mount Zion, 28-27.
This is just the 4th possession of the half for either one of these teams. They have run some long drives so far.
Evans from the shotgun checks the sidelines, barking out the signal. There's the snap, looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. Oh, he got away. Gonna go deep, got a man. Hearts are there too, and they knock it away. Great defensive play by Noah Jones for Effingham. Got in front of the pass, knocked it down, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that distraction was just enough to keep Kieran Petty, number 21, from catching that ball. It still got through Jones's hands and hit Petty in the chest, but I don't think he could see it, and it just bounced harmlessly to the ground. So that is the first time since Evans' very first pass of the game that he has not completed one. 6 of 8 for 248 yards.
2nd and 10, Mount Zion at their own 40.
They got a little pressure on him that time, and that doesn't hurt either. Looks like you got Well, they're having all sorts of confusion there, and now Mount Zion's going to call a timeout.
They had at least 2 guys moving, and that's not good. So timeout Braves, 9:08 left in the game. It's Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27 on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
2nd and 10 at the 40 for Mount Zion. There's the snap, and they snapped it to Cahey. They had him back at quarterback spot, and he runs it to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he was lined up there before they called the timeout, so you wondered if they would still run that same formation after Effingham got a good look at it, but still worked out pretty well. They gained some yardage out to the 45.
So a gain of 5, and that makes it 3rd and 5. And we're down to 8:40 to play. Fairly soon, the clock's going to play a big part in this game. Hearts in front, 28-27. Evans goes back to the shotgun here on 3rd and 5. Checking the sidelines. He relays it to his offense. There's the snap, looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. There's a pass. It's across the middle and caught. See if they can run him down. And he drops the football. Yeah! And the Hearts get it back. And the Hearts end up running it out of bounds, but it's Effingham football. Okay, let me see if I can dissect all this.
Connor Simmons was the guy who came up with it, so it was 21. It was Kieran Petty who caught that pass. He fumbled it inside the 5-yard line. He got run down from behind, lost the football, and Effingham was able to recover. First turnover of the game, and it's a huge one.
Because he was, by all rights, going to maybe even make it 1st and goal to go. But when the Hearts caught him, and I think it was Max Nelson that got back there, number 8 for the Hearts, knocked the ball loose. The Hearts recovered it. Nelson's the one that came up with it, and he ended up running out of bounds. So the Hearts have the football back at their own 12. 8:07 left in the game as we start this series, and we have a whistle, and we have timeout Mount Zion. So after that turnover, they want to regroup. They need to chat. So timeout Mount Zion, 8:07 remaining. Gail, let's take a 30-second break. It's 28-27 Hearts on 97.9 XFM.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
All right, back at Mount Zion. There's 8:07 left. It's Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27. What singular effort to get back there and stop a touchdown, knock the ball loose, and regain it. The Hearts have the football back at their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10, and a 1-point lead. Oh, buddy. Handoff up the gut. Westendorf, I'm guessing, and he might have got a yard. Yeah, it's John. And he might have got a yard. I want to see the spot here. Well, maybe no gain. Still at the 13, Dustin. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, still at the 13. Again, the Hearts by 1 point. Won at Taylorville last week, winning at Mount Zion tonight. Holy cow. Pontius up under center. There go Evan Weymouth and Connor Thompson to the left side of the line. There's the blocking they can provide, and Westendorf goes forward, and there's a flag in the middle of the play as Westendorf got to maybe the 15. I want to see what this flag's about.
Well, I know what I'm afraid it is.
Holding against the Hearts.
It is a hold. Flag's thrown right at the line of scrimmage, Dustin, right at the 13. So no gain on the play. And they'll walk it off halfway. Since they're inside the 15, it'll be half the distance. So the football should end up at about the 7. They're still talking it over.
Well, there's a possibility that Mount Zion
picking up the flag.
Yeah, Mount Zion's not going. They're going to decline the penalty since there was no gain on the play.
Wow, thanks. Anytime you can get farther away from your goal line, I'm for that. So the Hearts have it 3rd and 7. They gave him a yard, as it turns out, Dustin, to the 14. There go Weymouth and Thompson to the left side of the line. There's the snap. Here's the throw. It's caught. Oh, he dropped it. Weymouth had it and dropped it.
Boy, that's the play that has worked out so well for Effingham there, but that one went right through Evans' hands. And he had open field in front of him. It was going to be a first down and more. And instead, the Hearts are going to have to punt from very deep in their own territory.
Every play is so crucial in a one-point contest. So the ball spotted just shy of the 15. That means that Pontius is going to be kicking about the 5. Maybe he can get one of those runners again like he had earlier tonight. High snap. He's got it, though, and he gets it away. And he made something out of nothing. That's a heck of an effort by Pontius. It hits at the 40, comes back Effingham, and it's grabbed by Max Nelson, and it'll be first down Mount Zion at the Hearts 34. But Pontius did a yeoman's job getting something out of nothing on that punt.
Yeah, the snap had him off his feet. It's never a good start to things, having to settle himself down and get that kick. Got a little bit underneath it. And the bounce was not favorable to the Hearts either, as it bounced back toward this end of the field. But either way, it was going to be a big task for the Effingham defense, and now they've really got work to do. Just a 34-yard field.
1st and 10 at the Hearts 34 for Mount Zion. 6:54 left in the game to start this drive. There's the snap. Quarterback runs to the right side of center, still on his feet, and he gets taken down at about the 25-yard line. Close to a first down. I don't think he has a first down. Evans, the quarterback, kept, and they sit it right on the 25, Dustin, so a gain of 9, and it's 2nd and 1. Now, Zion had to burn a timeout not too long ago. In fact, they've killed a couple of timeouts, so they have 1 left. Hearts have 2 timeouts left. 28-27 Effingham, 2nd and 1 for Mount Zion at Effingham's 25 from the shotgun. Evans gets the snap. They hand it up the gut, and still on his feet, their ball carrier, and he got the first down. Zach Gerard's back, and he got it near the 20, and that's enough for a first down. Charlie Ring, old number 99, got in there on that stop for the Hearts, and Dalton Fox got his millionth tackle of the night. Call it the 21, Dustin, so he got 4, and that's plenty enough for a first down. 6 minutes to go. Hearts by 1 point. Evans from the shotgun on 1st and 10 at the Hearts 21. Low snap. Evans going to run it again. He got away from one defender, didn't get away from another one, but he does get it inside the 20. Near the, well, they may set it right on the 15. See if he can finally get disentangled, and I can tell you who the tackler was. Well, Noah Jones was in the neighborhood. I'm not sure I agree with the PA man, Dalton Fox. That's who it is, 32.
Really friendly spot, I think, on that play.
Whoa, to the 15, a gain of 6. So it's 2nd and 4. But they're still at the 15, so let's see what the Hearts can do to stop this momentum. Effingham leads 28-27 with just a hair over 5 minutes to play. Evans from the gun. There's the snap. He's going to run again. He's right of center and a good gain. He gets down near the 10 before they take him down. And that's enough for a first down. So first down, they'll mark it at the 9, Dustin. Gain of 6 to the 9. First and goal at the 9. 4:50 remains.
Mount Zion keeping the ball on the ground, hoping that they can score a touchdown and run considerable time off the clock. We're under 4:40 to go here already.
First and goal to go at the Hearts 9-yard line. Evans in the shotgun. There's the snap, low snap. Hearts are after him. There's the scramble, throw into the end zone and incomplete. Threw it deep over the head of the intended receiver, and that'll stop the clock with 4:23 to go, and it'll be second and goal at the 9.
They've been having a little trouble with those shotgun snaps. So far, Evans has been able to compensate, been able to get the job done, but on top of just trying to stay home and make the plays if you're Effingham, you hope that maybe one of those snaps will skip into him and cause some problems.
Boy, the football's just inside the 10-yard line. Evans again on the gun. There's the snap. They run it up the middle this time, and they stuff Gerard. No gain. He might have lost a yard. Hart's middle is doing a nice job here. Call it the... I want to see where they set this. Oh, gosh. They gave him to the 8? Well, I must have missed something. So that's third and goal. He got a yard out of the deal to the 8. Third and goal. Down under 4 minutes to play.
They're taking their time.
Hearts lead 28-27. Third and goal. Just shy of the 8. Evans going to stay in the shotgun. Taking his time. There's a flag. They moved.
Yep, definitely a flinch there.
Mount Zion, a procedure penalty.
You could see the Effingham sideline perk up as soon as that happened. About 24 white jerseys, and everybody on the coaching staff was like,
I wanted to see, because the play clock's at 25. Did the play clock end?
They're still talking.
Maybe the play clock elapsed.
They gave Mount Zion a timeout, and that is frustrating. You can see Coach Hefner on the Effingham sideline.
They're going to say that Mount Zion got a timeout called before the penalty?
Apparently.
Wow. Okay, all right. Enough editorializing, right? 3:36 to go. The timeout comes at 3:36 to go. It's still third and goal. Coach Hefner wants to know what's the deal.
The official came over to talk to him, and it was pretty calm conversation.
Well, I guess 1 point game, 3.5 minutes ago. Good time not to lose your head, right? So Coach talked it over with him and says, all right, guys, we stopped him before. Let's do it again. I was more upset about the spot on the last play than I was that penalty.
The thing I will say is that you move it 5 yards back, maybe gives a little more room for them to operate as far as trying to run a passing play here. So,
good point.
I don't know if you want to try and find the silver lining. There it is.
All right, Evans still in the shotgun. It's not. It's Cahey. Cahey's lined up in the quarterback spot. Now we've got time on the field, and I guess the Hearts called time.
Yep.
All right, so the Hearts called time. Cahey had lined up at quarterback. That was not Evans. So let's see if that's going to be a subject of discussion. Gail, let's take a 30-second break. 28-27 Hearts on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
3:36 left in this one, I think. Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27 here at Mount Zion. Third and goal for the Braves at the Hearts, 8.5.
And Hefner and the Effingham coaching staff saw Cahey lining up in that shotgun formation with the running back to his side. That was Adam Lutz, and he said, "Let's talk this over. We'll see if they come out in that same formation." They do, yes.
So Cahey's at quarterback and Lutz beside him. It's third and goal. Third and goal at the 8. Hearts by 1 point. They snap it to Evans. He runs it up the gut. He's still on his feet. Down he goes close to the 5. It was Cahey. They snapped to him in the quarterback spot. And he got the football to the 5. So a gain of 3. So here we go, gang. 4th and goal. They may kick. You got a field goal kicker?
Seems to be. They brought some different personnel in the game. Yeah, they're gonna do this. That is Braden Traxler, number 26.
He's been their extra point guy. Football is set down at the 13, so it's a 23-yard field goal try. There's the snap, the placement, the kicks up, and it is hit the upright and came back out. Good.
It hit the left upright, came down and hit the crossbar and bounced back into the end zone. So close. I mean, that is a matter of an inch or two, and the Hearts retain the lead. They get the football with 2:45 to go.
Hit the left upright, came down, hit the crossbar, and spit back out onto the field.
Boy, I'm honestly surprised that's the decision that Mount Zion decided to go with there, as much as they've been able to move the football. But that works out in Effingham's favor. Now you got the big job of trying to get a first down or two and hold on to the football and maybe hold on to a 1-point advantage right now.
All right, 1st and 10. The ball comes out to the 20. Effingham's 20. 1st and 10. 2:45 left in the game as this drive starts. There's the handoff, and Westendorf still on his feet. They thought they had him, and he gets out to about the 25 before they take him down.
Unbelievable.
By the way, Mount Zion's down to no timeouts.
They don't have any timeouts. They can't stop the clock.
They used their last timeout on that drive. Hearts have a timeout left. The gain was to the 24, so a gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. 28-27 Effingham, 2:15 left. Pontius back out to the huddle. And now it's the Hearts that don't have to be in a hurry.
Absolutely not. I mean, you got to move the chains at least once here, but if you do that, you're gold.
We're down to 2 minutes to play. Pontius, snap, handoff. Westendorf going the left side, still on his feet, and got to maybe the 25, maybe the 26. We'll see where they set it up here.
Not a lot.
Minute 45 left. Oh, just to the 25, a gain of 1. So it's 3rd and 5.
So you run that entire play clock down here and run one more play. I mean, you'd love to get the first down. The first down ends the game. If not, then it depends. It depends on what you gain here. But you'd almost, if you don't get it, you almost have to kick. But that's going to be scary.
3rd down.
Just get it here.
Ball's at the 25.
That's my vote.
Got a man out here. They got the double stack here on the right side of the line at the tight end spot. And now a whistle and timeout. Timeout called by Effingham, obviously. So neither team has a timeout left. Timeout with 1:08 to go. Let's be back in 30, Gale. 28-27 Hearts here on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
The Giving Plate, a meal service with heart. Purchase fresh and frozen meals along with salads and wraps. We have provided over 1,000 free meals to members of our local community. Check us out at our website and order online at thegivingplatemeals.com.
All right, there's 1:08 left. It's 3rd, and I'm saying 5 because they brought it out to the 20. So it's 3rd and 5 at the 25. 1:08 left. Hearts lead by 1 point. Pontius up under center here on 3rd and 5. They run the double stack to the right side this time. There's the snap. Here's the handoff. They run it up the gut. He's got the first down. First down, Effingham, and that should be the show. Great blocking up front. Great run by John Westendorf. Right of center. He got the first down. The gain is to the 32-yard line. So a gain of 6, and that's enough for a Hearts first down. And we're under a minute. And Mount Zion can't stop the clock. And all the Hearts have to do is practice the victory formation one time, and we all go home happy. Man, oh man. 40 seconds left. Pontius, they've got a lot of help out there. And he kneels down, and that's the show. Hearts have come to Mount Zion and picked up a win after winning at Taylorville last week. Hearts go to 3-3 on the season, 3-2 in the conference. And this win is sweet. Final score at Mount Zion, Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27. Dustin's going to have some happy stats. Gail's going to have happy scores. I'm just going to be happy. Hearts win by 1. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
This is the Pro Rehab Postgame Show. Pro Rehab is your best choice for physical therapy. Call 217-606-3004.
Well, final score here at Mount Zion. Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27. What a win. The Hearts and Mount Zion have had such battles through the years. And to come to Mount Zion and post a win, that is exciting. So they won at Taylorville and won at Mount Zion in back-to-back weeks. They go to 3-3 on the season. They are 3-2 in the Apollo now. And they head home to play host to Lincoln on homecoming next Friday night. Let's recap the scoring in this exciting game. The Hearts got out of the gate in great shape, staged a 9-play, 45-yard drive, first great field position, and they took full advantage of it. 9 plays, 45 yards, took 3:33 off the clock, highlighted by John Westendorf's 14-yard touchdown run. The kick was good, and the Hearts led it 7-0. They came back and scored again with 10:19 to go in the second quarter. At the end of a 13-play, 82-yard drive, took 5:46 off the clock, and Westendorf scored from 8 yards out. The kick was good, and the Hearts were up 14-0 and had all the momentum. But Mount Zion, as they came back. They scored with 9:55 to go in the second on an 82-yard pass and run. The play taken care of by Christian Cahey went 82 yards, took 24 seconds to score. The kick was good, and Mount Zion was back within 14-7. Mount Zion scored again with 5:02 in the second quarter. At the end of a 7-play, 98-yard drive, took 3:45 off the clock. And once again, Christian Cahey was the architect of the success experienced by Mount Zion as they had that 7-play, 98-yard drive. Cahey took it in from 7 yards out for the score. The kick was good, and the Mount Zion squad had come back to tie this one at 14-all with 5:02 to go in the second. And then the Braves scored again. It was a tough second quarter. The Braves scored again with 1:43 to go before halftime at the end of a 2-play, 52-yard drive on a 34-yard run by Adam Lutz. The kick was good, and a 36-second drive, and Mount Zion had seized the lead 21-14. But then came the second half, and the Hearts, with 6:59 to go in the third quarter, tied it at the end of an 11-play, 71-yard drive that took 5:01 off the clock. John Westendorf scored his third touchdown of the night from 3 yards out. The kick by Estrada was again good, and the Hearts had tied it 21-21. Well, Mount Zion then scored with 4:18 to go in the third quarter at the end of a 7-play, 80-yard drive that took 2:41 off the clock, and the pass play, good for 46 yards, caused a score for Mount Zion, and the kick was no good. And how large did that loom in the whole scheme of the game? The kick was no good, but Mount Zion had the lead 27-21, a 2-minute 41-second drive. But the Hearts had a little more fight in them. 11:26 to go in the game. The Hearts staged a 12-play, 69-yard drive, and it took 4:52 off the clock, highlighted by another touchdown by John Westendorf. He had him a night, scored from 9 yards out. Estrada's kick again was good, and the Hearts had the lead 28-27. Mount Zion was driving again, knocking on the door, had it inside the Hearts' 10-yard line, and came up empty on a field goal try. That's after they had a big pass play that looked like it was going to be a scoring drive, but the Hearts came back, made the tackle to knock the ball loose. The Hearts regained it, and they ran out the clock, and Effingham comes to Mount Zion and posts a 28-27 victory. It was a dandy. Hearts again 3-3 on the season now, 3-2 in the Apollo, headed home next Friday night for homecoming as they play host to Lincoln Railers. Dustin's working on stats. Gail's working on scores. We'll visit with Coach Hefner, of course. That's all on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center wishes area teams the best seasons ever. Evergreen has rehab to home suites for short-term rehab following hospitalization. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Go to Facebook at Evergreen Nursing Rehab for more information.
Wow, and they did tonight. Thanks, Megan. And the final score again, Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27. Hearts 3-3 on the year, 3-2 in the Apollo. And Dustin has some happy stats on this one.
Yeah, Effingham outgained tonight 429 to 299, and that's, again, running way more plays. The Hearts ran 64 plays, 299 yards on those, to Mount Zion's 37 plays for 429 yards. But the big plays happened the way they happened. In fact, you look at the biggest play of this game, and not to get ahead of the numbers too much, but it was on a 50-yard pass play down the field where Mount Zion turned the ball over for the only time of the game tonight and completely swung this game around. You know, Effingham did not score on that ensuing possession, but the fact of the matter is that they were kind of trading score for score, and that changed things a little bit. So, you know, the Braves outgained the Hearts tonight, but Effingham was able to come up with the big plays when they needed them. Let's take a look at this a little bit more. The Hearts, they ran the ball real well tonight. 225 rushing yards on 50 attempts. So 4.5 yards per carry. All four of their scores coming on the ground. Mount Zion, they ran the ball pretty well themselves. 131 rushing yards on 27 attempts. That's a 4.9-yard average, and 2 of their 4 scores coming through the ground. Braves, man, they threw the ball effectively. Just 10 pass plays for the home team, but they completed 8 of them for 298 yards and 2 more scores. Effingham, 14 pass plays tonight, 8 of them successful for 74 yards. So again, the Hearts, 64 plays, 299 yards. Mount Zion, 37 plays, 429 yards. Hearts had 23 first downs tonight, 16 on the ground, 4 through the air, 3 by penalty also. Mount Zion, 14 first downs, 8 of those were in the running game, 5 through the air, 1 by penalty. Only 1 turnover tonight, and that belonged to the Braves. We just talked about it. They put the ball on the ground 4 times tonight, but really most of that was early, and then they cleaned things up right up until the very end. Can't say enough about how big that play was. Not only for the man, Max Nelson, who recovered the fumble, but for the fact that he was brought down, the receiver was brought down from behind and shook the ball loose. What a play. What an important play. Penalties, 6 for each team. Effingham's totaled up 55 yards, 70 for Mount Zion. Time of possession in Effingham's favor, 28 minutes and 44 seconds with the football. Mount Zion had it for 19 minutes and 16 seconds. As far as some individual numbers, Coach Hefner's on his way up here. I can run through a few of these. For Mount Zion, Zach Gerard, 50 rushing yards on 10 carries. Tyson Evans, the quarterback for the Braves, 36 yards on 6 carries. Christian Cahey had just 1 yard on his 7 attempts. He did score a touchdown. Adam Lutz, 42 yards on 3 attempts, including a 34-yard touchdown. And Matthias Adams, just a couple of yards on his lone attempt tonight. And I'm not gonna. I don't want to take any of the wind out of Effingham's sails because honestly, it's a huge win no matter what. But for Mount Zion, obviously disappointing for them that Matthias Adams, that was his only carry of the game. He came out sustaining an injury actually from the defensive side of the ball, but that was pretty early on. And I don't know. I'm not. If you can't say that that's why the Hearts won the game either though, because Adam Lutz ran the ball pretty well in his carries. Zach Gerard ran the ball pretty well in his carries. They picked it right up, but certainly a key guy that the Braves were missing. Evans, 298 passing yards on 8 of 10. Success. 2 touchdown passes, one of them an 87-yarder to Christian Cahey, one of his 4 catches for 144 yards. And then Kieran Petty, 2 receptions for 96 yards. Check that, 96 yards and a touchdown, a 46-yard touchdown. It was Petty who lost that football on a long completion. He thought he was going to get to pay dirt again. I thought he was going to get to pay dirt again, but they ran him down and shook the ball loose. Ethan Hamrick also with a 58-yard catch. And since Coach Hefner's making his way up here, I'm not going to be able to get to the Effingham stats before he comes up to talk, but I do want to point out that Christian Cahey, 144 yards on 4 catches, but the last one only 3 yards. And I think that was a big play for Effingham's defense too, because it wasn't a ton of bombs for Mount Zion necessarily. It was short passes and then guys getting loose after breaking initial tackles. That time they were able to wrestle Christian Cahey down to the turf, and that ended up being a big play. Aiden Page, 2 punts tonight, averaged 25 yards for the Braves. We'll get to the Effingham stats in a moment, but Coach Hefner has made his way up to the broadcast area, so I'm going to take this headset off. We'll hear what he's got to say about this big win for the Hearts.
Very good. Final score again here at Mount Zion. Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27, and Brett joins us on the post-game show, and congratulations on a great win.
Oh, boy.
You're not a kid.
Yeah. No, thank you. Happy for our kids, man. They've hung in there and just kept playing and kept practicing, and dealt with a couple things this week, and I kept telling anybody that would listen. I think you can see the improvement each week and the jumps each week. And I know we say ifs and buts for candy and nuts would all have Merry Christmas. I know all that, but if you take 6 turnovers out of the Mattoon game, and now you have a win there instead of a loss, and you can see even more of the improvement. But tonight, to be able to, there was a lot on their plate tonight, game plan wise, trying to handle a lot of things, and they had to handle a lot of in-game adjustments too. And it's just part of the maturity and part of they're getting more experienced, and the more experience they get, the more they can do, and the more they can handle, and the more they can play. But proud of them, man, because they just you talk about fighting when it would have been so easy to. It was so easy to, they asked me about it, the big play, Max with the tackle and strip, what? Well, that's just how our kids are. It's what our program's been founded on. It's what the guys before them have done. It's what they know. They're going to play hard until they hear the whistle. And he got beat, and what did he do? He chased it down, makes a tackle, makes a strip, and all of a sudden, gets us the ball back, and big play there. Fake punt. It's a lot of similarities, Greg. I talked about it down there after, as it was in the spring. They're 1 play away from scoring. We're 10, and we lined up to punt, and they put 6 back there. Well, I didn't like that idea either, and so we went for it, and didn't get it. They get the ball in the 50. Well, they can throw it to him from the 50 just like they can throw it to him from the 1.
I said that.
I mean, that doesn't change anything. So, but put our kids in a little bit of a rough spot and gave them, put them behind the 8 ball a little bit going into halftime. But I just love how they competed and love how they played. And
a lot less mistakes that I see. I know you see different things on the sideline, but a lot less mistakes.
No turnovers tonight. Also, no turnovers tonight. You score 28 points against a pretty good football team.
You bet. Makes a difference, doesn't it? The job that everybody did, the punt, even though they came back and scored on it, the punt by Pontius. Tanner ended up with a football down at the 2. I mean, that's just little things like that. And I mentioned in a 1-point game like this, one thing that has almost been flawless this season has been our extra point game.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We're pretty fortunate. Yeah, Armando's pretty good. And the other thing is the number of kickoffs that went in the end zone tonight. If you don't have to cover kickoffs, you can't, and 6 can't get that ball and take off with it. You're usually in a pretty good spot there too.
You bet. You got Westendorf with another 100-yard game. Keegan Baker got you a lot of yards. How nice it is to have those two guys.
It is nice. It is nice because it's a lot of carries. It's just how we have to play. So to be able to have 2 of them is big. Man, I can't wait to watch the film up front because I think our guys up front probably really played tonight. They've been playing the last few weeks and taking more and more steps, and I think tonight was another example of that. And
you always add something. Give me a new wrinkle. Little sideline passes. Caden Walls had a couple. Armando had one.
Yeah. We tried to do that. They were out there, pretty wide, but we had a soft cushion. Wanted to try and spit it out there. Some things that we've been able to do in the past, we really haven't been able to do a whole lot this year of, because we've been getting so much tight coverage. But yeah, happy for a lot of guys tonight. A lot of guys made a lot of plays. Man, I'm so happy for them. They just keep fighting and keep playing. There's so much to be excited about. This is 2 road wins in a row. You go to Taylorville, you go to Mount Zion and win. That's big. That doesn't happen very often in our league. Yeah, so those are big, and we may let them enjoy this one for more than 24 hours before we get on to the next one. And that's going to be such an interesting game because Lincoln been down so long. They're vastly improved. They played these guys to 5 points and had the ball going in to win at the end of the game. So they are vastly improved. They've got some nice players. So we'll have our hands full, but like I said, we'll worry about getting ready for that one with them on Monday. Yes, sir. I'd wait. Give them 36 hours at least. It's that favorite homecoming week too, Greg. I know you love it. Yeah. No distractions at all. Oh gosh, no. It ought to be a lot of fun. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Congratulations on a heck of a win. Thank you. Appreciate it, Greg. It was fun. Thank you. Arts coach Brett Hefner. Always a pleasure. Appreciate him coming up and joining us here on the post-game show. Again, Effingham a winner 28-27 here at Mount Zion. And Dustin has the Hearts numbers, I believe.
Yep, I was able to get through Mount Zion's individual statistics, the team numbers obviously, but let's not forget the Hearts. John Westendorf, 133 yards tonight on 31 carries, and all 4 of Effingham's touchdowns. Just a really solid game for a guy who has come into his own this year. Keegan Baker, 64 yards on 13 carries, 27 yards for Pontius on his 5 attempts for the Effingham quarterback, and Armando Estrada had 1 run for a single yard as well. Tanner Pontius throwing the football, 8 of 13, 74 yards. Connor Simmons had the 1 pass attempt on the fake punt play. That was unsuccessful. 3 different receivers in there getting in on the passing game for the Hearts. Evan Weymouth with 3 catches for 44 yards, easily leading the way. Caden Walls, 3 catches for 17. Armando Estrada with a couple of catches for 13 yards. Tanner Pontius, 2 punts tonight, totaling 74 yards. First one was a 54-yarder. Second one was a 20-yarder on a little bit of a high snap. Just kind of had to get it out of there, and then it didn't take a very friendly bounce for him. But he averaged out to 37. Westendorf, 7 yards on punt returns. And something else, in addition to his running, John Westendorf's kick returns tonight were really solid, too. Mm-hmm. 3 kick returns for 66 yards, a 26-yarder, a 19-yarder, a 21-yarder. And that's really big, too, when you're talking about field position and having to run a methodical offense and not being able to necessarily maybe get those big pass plays the way Mount Zion was, to get yourself, start your drive a little bit closer to the other team's end zone. Those are important yards for a team to pick up, and John Westendorf did a good job in the kick return game tonight. And of course, Max Nelson fumble recovery return for about 7 yards there. Don't want to leave that one out, but boy, oh boy. We talked in the open, Greg, that Effingham was going to have to play an A game. Maybe not a perfect game, but definitely an A game to come into here and get a win. And I don't know how you can say they didn't. I think the Hearts gave it a pretty good shot and got a couple of breaks to go their way, but the important thing is they got a couple breaks to go their way and didn't give Mount Zion any opportunities to get a break out of their mistakes. I think that's the biggest thing. The Hearts had a few penalties, but no turnovers. Didn't do anything to lose the game, and at the end of the day, that was the difference. Really a solid effort from everybody. And Coach Hefner's right about the way. I think they picked up a lot of momentum from the way that they played in the middle of the field at Taylorville and carried that into this game tonight. And really makes things exciting. It was a tough thing to say. Well, you gotta win at Taylorville, you gotta win at Mount Zion, but they've done that. And now you put yourself in a position, again, you control your own destiny, and you can get yourself back over the 500 mark with a win against Lincoln next week. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable, and you're coming back home, and you got all that momentum behind you. You're feeling good about yourselves. Really, I'm excited for the Hearts kids. They've put themselves in a good spot, and couldn't be happier for them.
We have said all along they were an inexperienced team. We never said they were a bad team. And as they've gained experience, they've gotten a whole lot better. Gail's going to give us scores in a minute, and I want to give the tackle sheet because that's always great. Thanks to Mr. Denton for making a trip upstairs here to make sure that we got it. Sure appreciate that. Keegan Baker, we talked about his offense. He did have a tackle tonight as well. As far as the other guys on the tackle sheet for Effingham, Blake Bushew ended up with 6 stops tonight. Max Nelson, in addition to the strip and the recovery of the loose ball, ended up with 3 tackles. Let's see, a tackle tonight for Damon Kalber. Also, Edgar Castillo, a big night. He had started playing a lot on offense earlier in the year, but he's been a defensive demon this second half of the year or later into the year. He had 6 stops tonight. Dalton Fox, huge night. He had a load of tackles, like 16 tackles last week or a couple of weeks ago. He ended up with 9 tonight. Another guy that probably doesn't get enough credit, Connor Simmons. He does all the little things right, and he got 2 tackles tonight. In addition, I got to double check here. Is that a 5? That is a 5. And that means Maddox Burner was in on a stop for the Hearts. Trying to double check here. And I might have seen something that starts with an L over my shoulder once. Logan Heil had 4 stops. Noah Jones had 3 tackles. Charlie Ring had 4 tackles tonight. And I believe that's number 25, London Wrinkle. Saw his dad here. London Wrinkle ended up with a tackle tonight as well. So that is the tackle sheet. Now, let's get back to Gail because I hear some interesting scores, Gail.
All right. The last I heard, you may have an update. Charleston 28 leading Taylorville 21. I don't know if you have an update on that, Greg.
I do. I have a final. Thanks, Mr. Woltman. Final score is Charleston 34, Taylorville 28. So the Trojans get a win.
All right. And I don't know if you have an update on the Lincoln score either. Last I heard, late in the 4th quarter, Lincoln 35, Mattoon 28. So Lincoln has come back to gain the lead late in the 4th. Also,
but Mattoon has scored, Gail. But Gail, Mattoon has scored. Lincoln leads 35-34. So that is going to be some final there.
I would say so. And last I heard, Mahomet Seymour leading Quincy Notre Dame 27-0. So I think that's maybe a sure bet. So they had like a minute to go. Finals, Cumberland over Oakland Tri-County 56-8. Arcola defeated Arthur 51-14. It was Robinson over Newton 14-0. Pena over Litchfield 55-8. Shelbyville leading Macon Meridian late in the 4th quarter. Or no, they are tied. Shelbyville 28, Macon Meridian 28 late in the 4th. Another couple finals, Monticello over Rantoul 28-0. Paris over Marshall 49-6. And late in the 4th quarter, Hillsborough leads Gillespie 56-18. As far as your Cubbies and your Cardinals, They are all tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th. So a lot of exciting sports tonight.
Without a doubt. Did you have a final on Muhammad Seymour, Gail?
Last I heard, late in the 4th, it was 27-0 Muhammad Seymour, so I assume they're probably going to close the deal on that game.
That game has gone final. Muhammad Seymour scored 2 more touchdowns. The final is Muhammad Seymour 41, Quincy Notre Dame nothing. So Muhammad Seymour is still undefeated on the season. They are a load, as we witnessed week 2 this year. Thanks, Gail, for the update on the Cubs and the Cardinals. And I got word, too, from Mr. Woltman, changing sports. Due to the weather forecast, the Apollo Conference tennis meet will be postponed tomorrow. They are not going to play tennis tomorrow. They'll play it Monday. So please make note of that if you are a fan of a girls' tennis player at Effingham. No tennis tomorrow. They're going to resume it on Monday. So thanks, Mr. Woltman, for that information. This was fun.
Yeah, it's what an exciting game. A couple of key plays go a different way, and maybe the game goes a different way, but that's an exciting one to watch. Effingham, again, played a great game, all phases of it, and they were rewarded. Not an easy place to come in and win.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't come in here and seen too many victories since I've been doing this. I've been doing it long enough that it's a rarity, but kudos again to the Hearts, and really makes the rest of the season all the more intriguing.
3-3 overall, 3-2 in Apollo play, and home to Lincoln next Friday night for homecoming. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. The parade's Wednesday night at 6. Powder Puff game's going to follow. Then the game at 7 o'clock Friday night. The dance is next Saturday night from 8 to 11. They're going to have it outside. Going to have it out on the lawn at EHS. Here is the final. Lincoln 35, Mattoon 34. So the Railers get the win over the Green Wave, and they're coming to call next Friday night. That's going to be an interesting game.
Be ready. Be ready.
Should be fun. NASCAR both tomorrow and Sunday on KJ Country. 6 games from the National Trail Conference Baseball Tournament, 2 Monday, 2 Wednesday, 2 Friday, and home for homecoming next Friday night. It's going to be some fun.
Big week.
That's Dustin White. Thanks to him. Thanks to C.J. Schmidt, one of the top 40 among 40 people in the entire world, is it now? Okay, something like that. Well, go C.J. And thanks, Gail, for a great job as always. I'm Greg Sapp. One more time, the final: Effingham 28, Mount Zion 27. From Mount Zion, good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Premier Broadcasting Incorporated.